The conditions are already building up.
100%, Therese. That's why we're here at the Classic Kite Beach. The southeasterlies are filling in for some extreme big air in the making. I'm very excited for all the action about to unfold, but of course the big question on everyone's mind is, will Andrea make history by claiming his third victory in a row for the Red Bull King of the Air? Will he do it?
I would absolutely love to see that. Andrea is such an inspiration as an athlete and to the kiteboarding community, but I'm also very, very excited to see for the second time in a row the Red Bull King of the Air women's division. We have Francesca Mani, the former defending champion, among with 5 other really strong female athletes.
And joining me in the commentary booth, of course, returning for the 4th time in a row is Lewis Crathern and Colin Hackrooth for their Kota punditry that we're used to. So I'm very excited to watch that all unfold. But in the meantime, we would love to pay tribute to Graham House, who sadly passed away doing what he loves most along this coastline just a few months ago. So let's take a quick look at this one.
In this sport, many chase glory, but few create legacy. Graham never cared about being on the top step.
Didn't get through, but I was sick.
Instead, he founded a collective of misfits like himself, a group of people united by the wind, pushing their boundaries, creating memories to last a lifetime with a little bit of chaos thrown in along the way. This tribe, the Dirty Habits community, became more than a brand. It became a reminder that life is short, far too short. That you need to seek what sets your soul on fire.
Lots of support then for Graham Howes.
Graham turned failure into fuel, wipeouts into wins, and every crash into a story worth telling. Today, tomorrow, and every day thereafter, we celebrate him. Because he opened doors, he pushed the limits, and he gave the whole generation permission to dream bigger.
Plane's on its way. It's 2 minutes out.
And live louder. So here's the message. Keep going, keep crashing, keep getting back up. Keep feeling alive. Let's celebrate Graham. Let's keep that soul, let's keep that fire burning within us all. And always, always, keep it dirty.
What a loss, what a message, our dear brother Graham. But his spirit lives on through every single one of us, and you can feel his spirit, and it's embedded in the DNA of this event. You can feel him in the wind and waves today, and in the whole community here together. So this one is for you, Graham, and the action is about to begin.
Thank you for those beautiful words, Ruben. Shortly, we're going to introduce to you the 6 female athletes that will be competing in round 1. But before we do that, I want to introduce to you our head judge, Chris Bull, who's going to tell you exactly what it takes to win this year's Red Bull King of the Air.
Again with a double mega loop board off and a front rotation added there on the way down.
To win Red Bull King of the Air, we want to see riders go as high as is physically and technically possible from the judges' box. We want to see them going over the top of Table Mountain. The higher they can go and the longer the distance they travel, the better their scores will be. We want the best of everything. We want extreme power, spinning, rotations, and inverts.
Here we go, he's heading for the kicker, he's got it, sends his kite to the sky. Perfect kicker, perfect timing, stalling on the loop, this is huge!
The landings are so important. It's very, very easy for someone to go up into the air and go very high and do a lot of cool things in the air. The hardest part is landing it properly. So it really is kind of challenging to get high scores. We have 5 rounds, and the athletes have to fight their way through each round. So every score is out of 10 points, a maximum of 10 points. At the end of the heat, you bank a maximum of 30. So you need to land 3 tricks as close to 10 as possible.
There goes Liam, a double kite loop, board off
This is going to be extreme.
I don't believe he's landed that.
So the fourth score is weighted on variety. You've got your 3 tricks, you bank them, you now have another 10 points to make, and that is based on how many tricks you can perform that are different to each other. And that's what makes the difference between being Red Bull King of the Air and not.
And that's exactly what the judging is all about, to triumph here at the Red Bull King of the Air 2025. It's that fine line between risk versus reward in combination with technicality, power, and a strong dedication to variety. And that's something these 6 women that are coming up are very aware of to end up high on that podium. But before we move on, I really want to get to know Svenja Zoe Peters from Germany and Lana Hermans. They're both making their Kota debut, and we caught up with them so you can get to know them a little bit better.
My name is Pippa van Iersel. I am from the Netherlands.
Natalie Lambrecht, I'm from Sweden. I'm probably the first person from Germany ever that is going to compete in this event.
This is my first time competing in Red Bull King of the Air.
Last year I finished second. Just really excited to compete again, and I hope it's going to be some strong wins coming.
Hi, I'm Francesca Maney and I'm the current reigning Red Bull King of the Air Women's Division, but I think Queen of the Air sounds a lot better.
And there you have it, the UK ascending to the podium.
I think for women in general, it was super special that we had the event last year. I've seen loads more girls getting into the sport.
These women show what they've got, and what a great kickoff here. Yes, he's stoked on that.
I'm going to be a little bit more relaxed because last year everything was for the first time.
I can really take everything I learned from then and bring it into this year's competition. This year's competition is going to be more fierce because it is the second time, it's not the first time anymore. It's quite different. We have some new names actually.
I cannot wait to send massive loops in these conditions. It's my favorite spot in the world, and when the kickers and the wind align, it's like magic.
I rather like to go for technical moves than so much height, which is also a bit controversial.
Look at this, this is big.
The Red Bull King of the Air is all about height, power and extremity.
Each year the level of women's kiteboarding is improving. All the women here have the chance to stand on top of that podium. I mean, I'm just gonna have to go full set. I'm just gonna have to send it huge.
Well, a warm and windy welcome to all of you from around the globe to the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air. There you saw the women's matchup that we have in what is setting out to be a mouth-watering 2025 edition of the world's most prestigious big air event. Sitting to my right, 9-time King of the Air competitor Louis Crathern and 7-time Danish champion Teresa Table. We got it right. Welcome in the booth with us this time round. You did a fantastic job. Great for the intro there on the beach. Guys, how's it going? How are the conditions looking down there?
Well, you've been down there, Therese, you tell us.
Oh my God, it's already super windy. Huh? I have sand everywhere.
Well, that's the message we want to hear back in the booth, you know, as we start hearing the container shaking here. But again, thank you for your patience. To all of you from around the world joining us here now as we've set off here for what is going to be, no doubt, as every year, an historic King of the Air. Red Bull taking the extremes to another level in the world of kiteboarding and for many other sports as well. But Louis, the women's matchup that we have here, tell us a little bit about that and what we have seen from last year and coming into this year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously last year was our first year of this, and now it's become a really highly contested place to come and compete, you know. So we've obviously got our defending champion here, Francesca Maney from the United Kingdom, of course, but she's going to be up against it this time round with 2 newcomers to the event as well. Pippa van Iersel's been training well too. Zara is back. Natalie, I mean, I looked at her form recently as well, and she's been performing really well. So it is all about on the day here. I mean, we have to talk about the conditions here too. It's been really pumping. They are saying, Colin, and you were telling me that it's been one of the best starts to the season in Cape Town for over 10 years. But here is the round 1 lineup.
So there we have the women's division, the round 1 lineup to the left of your screen. In heat number 1, we have second place finisher from the historic women's division last year, Zara Hoegenraad from the Netherlands. Pippa van Iersel in third place, also from the Netherlands, up against rookie and newcomer Lana Herman from Slovenia. Heat number 2, Therese, who do we have there?
Yeah, we have defending champion Francesca Mani. We have my fellow Scandinavian Natalie Lambrecht, and we have an upcoming rookie, Svenja Sori-Peters. And yeah, I'm very excited to see these heats. And I will say, if that introduction of the women's division didn't get you fired up, I don't know what will.
And
that was insane.
Yeah.
Let's remind you as well how this works. You've got to win that first heat to get through to the final. But if you come second, you'll go into round 2, where you'll go into a knockout round to get to the podium. Just winning that first heat would mean so much. That just gets you onto the podium. But second, want to come third.
That is, and we saw that devastation last year with Natalie in tears after exiting already in round 1. So round 1 is crucial to already guarantee, as you rightly said, Lewis, a spot on the podium. So this is the women's division. We will be kicking off with round 1 on the women's division here for the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air. Guys, keep spreading it on hashtag Red Bull King of the Air for this year's event. So again, thank you for joining us from all around the world for the most prestigious big air kiteboarding event. But there we have it. And the matchups. Oh, in round 1, feel the energy, feel the vibe already here. Zara Hoegenraad from the left-hand side from the Netherlands, as we said before, in second place from last year's historic women's division.
Yeah, then we got Pippa van Ursel, who won her opening heat last time round. She'll be hoping to do the same.
And we have a little bit of an underdog, Lana Herman, and I'm very excited to see her. She's underdog. She hasn't been in Kota before. She just got back from an injury, and I've seen some clips on social, and she's making the other females scared.
Scared. So the airwaves are tight. The airwaves are buzzing here. Yeah, no, she was out for 8 months, correct, in this year. And that is mentally such a challenge to come back from. But she looks ready. She looks fired up on her very first King of the Air appearance. 6 women riders here from across the globe to entertain you at home in showcasing what kiteboarding is all about, not just from the opens division perspective. As we see there in the front, we have Lana Herman, who will be in the light blue vest. You will see there were 3 vests, purple, white, and light blue, corresponding to the flags on the beach. That'll be later actually for the opens division. But there in front of you is Zara Hoegenraad. She had an unbelievable year so far. Both of you, I believe, were in the Netherlands to witness that.
Oh yeah, it was a blast. All of the girls were just putting on a show, and I think for a lot of them was a preparation for Kota.
Yeah, she took that one. She really took opportunity there and started really well. But coming inside, we thought it might be on the inside. It looked like a mega loop.
From Pippa.
Delayed back roll from Pippa. Pretty standard move for her. She's got that one comfortably. Nice start for her.
That is a great start. So
right
this is
on
it.
the buzzer.
The buzzer is off, as you see on the top left-hand side of your screen. These are 13-minute heats. Ladies and gents, strap in for the world's most prestigious big air kiteboarding event. Taking to the skies,
Sarah
Hoegenraad with a nice opening mega loop there. Just to ease, settle the nerves a little bit. The conditions are looking pretty good. Nice kickers.
Not super strong, but we did expect it to build today. And if this is the first time you've ever seen kite surfing, what you've just seen there is a mega loop. This is the move that Ruben Lenton, who you've seen on the beach, brought into the sport. We pull on one side of the control bar and it brings the kite right round in a loop. That's what we're looking for here. On your screen is Lana Herman here. Watch for the mega loop. There it is. And she throws a variation of back roll after the mega loop. This is going to score well. What a start from the newcomer.
All of them getting the first trick locked down. It always feels great to take off, get that one trick out of the box, and then you can get settled in. You remember those feelings, guys.
Dude, tell me about it. It's just to ease the nerves. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I got this.
Calm down.
Calm down. But I think psychologically, the difference between the open round 1, round 3, these women don't want to end in third place. So Lana Herman there, finding herself then. There you have the first scores dropping in. Oh, but this is going back to back. A very busy start here with a mega loop late back roll there from Zara Hoegenraad. Landing it cleanly, you gotta land it clean. So there, ladies and gentlemen, there are the first scores drop. Oh my word, trick for trick. We're going into a stellar first heat here.
Lana is going absolutely crazy here. We've just seen a mega loop board off. We didn't even speak about that. That was the move that won the event last year for Maini. So this is an unbelievable start. They can't believe it down there, the team supporting her. Remember, she's come in late to this. Pippa with a boogie loop, I think, sent into another half. But Lana, the one, is taking things by storm here. Look at that.
They don't even have time to breathe. They're just taking off the tricks.
I think the wait, for the green flag has been long enough, as we see. Oh, beautiful mega loop board off. He's got time. Lana's got it. Oh boy, what injury? Can somebody explain that to me? What injury? 8 months off and she pulls something like that. What an entrance there from the rookie.
I literally have unknown, not competed this year, written by Lana, but we were checking out some of her social medias. You know, I think she didn't compete for quite a while, right?
No, yeah,
8 months.
she injured her fibula here last year, and she just got back on the water in September. She passed on all the competitions and got ready for this event.
You should injure herself more often.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's a terrible thing to say, but
Probably not, but-
she's riding like this. This is just no
This is
pressure.
incredible.
Yeah, this is amazing. Freedom.
I saw a clip of her, and then she quoted, "I might try something I never tried before."
Uh-oh.
That's what we want to see. Then that is the mouth-watering action that we have building up here. Zara there off to the right in the screen as you saw that beautiful drone shot there. Oh, what a shot there as you see heading out in towards Robben Island direction. Lana Herman opening, really making a statement. So take a look at those scores on the top left-hand side of your screen. 6.4, 6.2, 6.16. The top 3 tricks will count, and we will later explain again as our head judge Chris Bull did on the variety score. So for now, just know that it is the top 3 tricks, and Lana is racking them up as we see a replay here with an unintentional one-footer mega loop, and it looks like she recovered, if I remember correctly.
I don't believe
Oh,
this.
that is unreal. That is unreal. Ladies and gentlemen, it is so difficult to do that. That foot did not mean to come out, yet she made it look good. Unbelievable the work there from the woman from the Netherlands.
She did the Nick Jacobsen move.
She did. Oh, Nicky.
Yeah.
Where's Nick? We need him here in the booth.
You have to think about Nick Jacobsen when you see that move. We saw that
definitely.
move. People are so good. Riders are so good at adapting now that was not. I mean, that's like walking and your shoe coming off and you somehow get the shoe back on before you put your foot down. Is that a harsh comparison, mate? I mean, it's a bit more extreme there, mate. But still, it's really is adapting and reaction. It's a reactive thing to do. So that will be scored really big. I think that's the 7.60 on there for Zara.
I'm curious, which sizes do you think the guys are on? Around 8-9 meters, I reckon, if I look at them.
Probably nine meters. You know, you can see a lot of white caps in the back there as we Lana wanting to go for a more aggressive move. That's not going to score a lot. She definitely won't drop away at top there. Oh my word, just again, hardly have time to breathe here. Dirty loop, front rotation. Otherwise also sometimes known as the contra loop. Oh, that could just be enough of a clean landing to ride away.
Yeah,
Zara racking it up, already going over 7.6 on her top trick.
But with another move.
She needed to land that. Hopefully she can control the... Oh, she just never got tension again with the kite. And that gives us an idea that they must be riding... I think Pippa's a bit smaller. She might be on an 8. But for you to know at home as well, we have different size kites. It was a great question, Therese. I think that they're on mostly 9 meters. Definitely Zara and Lana. Well, powered riders, I think it's fair to say. But the lighter the wind, we take bigger sizes. We can go all the way up to 18 meters squared to capture every bit of energy there is in the wind. But when it's really, really windy, we only need a small surface area in our kites. But this is really, we would describe this as a moderate wind right now. Exactly. About 25 to 30 knots, would you say?
And every rider have a preferred size that they love to compete with, or they prefer. I think for the women, it's the 8 or the 7. So I think we'll get those conditions later for sure.
I definitely think so. You look at those white caps in the back, indicating the Cape Doctor, the famous southeaster wind.
It's coming.
Steadily building. It is coming. It is going to build. We've seen it building the whole day. We've got a great shot here of Zara.
Woo!
Perfect timing on the kicker. Mega loop late back roll with a nice horizontal angle of the kite. Lewis, horizontal angle of the kite. What do we mean by that?
It just means the kite's nice and level with her. You can almost pause it, take a picture, put a spirit level there with the horizon, and if you're kind of in line with your kite, it just shows the judges that you're a bit more aggressive. You know, she's clearly getting some nice extra height. They do have devices on board with them via our Wind Games team down there, which is giving us these lovely bits of data in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, height, distance, and highest jump, which Zara Huggenrad is currently just taking control of this heat for me. I think she was looking to upgrade her lowest score with that last move, and it kicked out that, and she's now got 6.38 as her lowest. So she's really doing well now.
That is, so my apologies, Therese. Again, those scores on the left also give you a little bit of indication with the distances on the right. Lana with a nice straightforward mega loop. Nice, not nice vertical angle, but no rotations in there. She's going to need to do a little bit more than that. Crash there from Zara. That is unfortunately a crash not going to count. But on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, the first time ever here at the King of the Air, we have a height, a distance, and a highest last trick basically record of what the performance are currently out there. Oh no, she's going to make up for that one. Lana Herman, mega loop laid back roll. Oh my word, we're not even getting time to talk about the specifics here. It's just going back to back. This is unbelievable.
5 minutes here, still to go. Pippa is in a bit of trouble here for me because her setup doesn't look as well tuned to power. The other two, clearly, unfortunately for her, they've got very different styles, the other two riders, and the judges will be in favour of that power. But she's an unbelievable competitor, Pippa, so she'll be staying calm. That was her third trick that she just put in. It's very important for the riders to get 3 tricks. So the scores will be a little bit closer now. I think 3 points is probably going to separate the top 3 when her score does come in.
I'm super stoked to see Pippa even competing. She's been for a lot this year. She actually didn't compete for the past many months. She's been out with injury on injury. So I think just getting herself ready to be sure that she's in the competition has taken so much hard work. And the fact that she's even riding today is
incredible.
It's incredible.
Oh, that's amazing.
She hasn't talked much about it, but she's been really working for it to be ready for this event. And even just a week ago, she wasn't sure she was going to make it. So it's really cool to see her out there. But she's definitely nervous, and I'm sure she will put out some more tricks.
Oh, dirty loop with a delayed front roll. Nicely done there by Zara.
Yeah, no, what you've got to do as a competitor now is that she's checking her watch there, because scores do come in on her watch, and she'll be looking at her lowest score and thinking, what can I improve on? You know, she's probably thinking whatever that 7.60 was, probably that Mega Loop 1-footer. She's not going to go and do that same move again, because they have to be 3 different tricks to score here out of 10. Here is Lana. Very early committed boogie loop there, lots of control.
A lot of inversion on that rotation, really committing to the rotation there. Listen, we've got less than 4 minutes left here on heat number 1, but we're seeing the level go way up in the women's division compared to last year. This is incredible, incredible stuff. But Therese, again, amazing what you said there about Pippa, but oh no, we barely going to have time to talk. Lana is just keeping it busy.
Lana is just tacking in and out, and every single tag out, she's jumping. It's crazy. She doesn't even have to go upwind. She's just banging out those tricks.
I think we're going to start seeing Lana work right foot forwards now, because remember, these 7 tricks, the riders that get out of 10, the variation score at the end. We will try and explain that more clearly. And the riders have got to demonstrate they can do things both ways, including rotation. So here she's clearly going left foot forward. She's lined up off that wave. It's a nice take. It's a huge mega loop board off. I think she's already got a half decent one of those on the board.
So that will improve an individual score most likely. But Lewis, as you were correctly saying, variety is also what the judges are looking for. We're not just looking for 3 top tricks, but variety with at least 7 maneuvers. But we will explain more of that as we go. So that is nothing to seriously worry about. But for now, again, look at the scores on the top left-hand side. Zara in a firm position at the moment. However, Lana just that's very close. It's a 0.12 difference now between Zara and the rookie. Let's not forget her first appearance for Lana.
She is fired up. I feel her fearlessness.
If she can do something big right foot forwards now, that's coming in towards the beach, because they're so close on points. It's going to, remember, they get issued another potential extra 10 points. If they've done 7 different tricks of a good level, they'll get 7 points there. The last 3 points about style, execution, landing. This is close between them two.
And there's something special about being the rookie up, because you have no pressure. It's your first big competition. You can just come in and you can just give it your all. You have no pressure. It's just this special feeling of being the first time in an event. I think she has that feeling right now.
And to do that coming off the back of an injury too. Like 8 months, it was supposed to be only 3 months after the surgery. She picked up an infection and had to have surgery again. But Pippa, as you said, in a bit of trouble, and she's good landing, but she's not getting the height nor the aggressive low kite angle when it comes to the kite loops. Again, for you audience at home, kite loop, mega loop, dirty loop, contra loop, super loop, snake loop. It's all about rotating the kite 360 degrees, as she does again. Zara Hülkenroth.
You can't land that. I don't believe that. Her foot came so far out of the board. And, I mean, these two are so close at the moment, Hülkenroth and Herman. I'd be leaning towards the variation of Herman, but after seeing those 2 one-footed moves, they're not gonna. How can they not score that variation? It's outrageous.
No, I agree, Lewis. I think she'll drop away the 6.76 on that one. That was again unbelievable innovation and last-minute plan making there by Zara, as she just improvised in what was not an ideal takeoff, but making it work for the prestigious format.
Have we ever
with which
seen that in women's competition?
No,
Have they
no,
not?
well,
definitely not.
Yeah, no. She's I mean, coming off a strong win there this year
This
at
could
the
be a
Megaloo.
9. This could be up in the 9s to me. I cannot
Possible.
believe she's landed. Her foot was so blown out of that board on the way up.
I think the judges are also, excuse me, Therese. I think the judges are also looking for control as well. As innovative as that was, the judges do want to see control.
Mayday. All right, big crash. She's taking it feet first though, which is good, and that can happen. First
Pippa
on the
with a
scene.
kite loop.
Oh, she needed that. She needed that. That was a high technical improvisation there from Pippa, but she needed to land that one. So both women down, but they should be okay. But what happened with Lana's kite there?
I think it got positioned out the side quite low. She's body dragging quite well. Oh, what an end to the heat. I don't know where to start with the end of the
My
heat.
heart rate is like, I'm competing right now.
Welcome
that was incredible.
to the Red Bull King of the Air, Therese. This is it. Therese, talk us through these highlights.
Yeah, this is absolutely amazing start. All the females just ticking off the tricks and going higher and higher. I could really feel that Sarah and Lana was pushing each other. They want to separate themselves from each other to make sure they win. But let's wait for the rarity score to see who's going to advance, because I think it's very, very, very tight.
I mean, look at it. I mean, that foot is so off the board. I can't tell you how hard that is to control that, even without doing a loop and not crashing bad. I would love to see what that score's come in, but
And
here's
there we
the results.
go. Wow, the first scores dropping for the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air. Last place, second finisher Zara Hogenrad sees her way through to a guaranteed podium position with a 21.32, but I think we might be waiting for the overall impression score to still drop there. We will confirm with you. But that seems to be the results. If there's change in that variety score, we will let you know. But what a backdrop as you see the white caps, white horses, indicating that the Cape Doctor, famous southeaster wind here at the southern tip of Africa in one of the most beautiful cities of the world, Cape Town. And here we have
I don't
a
believe that.
correction
Wow.
in the results. Oh, wow. Great team from our team there. Great work from our team in fixing that. Lewis, Therese, what do we see? Unbelievable.
I'm seeing that Lana must have completed more tricks, I think, to get those 7 extra points of in the variation category. That could have gone either way with Zara and Lana. I was just about to say, you know, like this was a tough one, but actually it's just switched round. They must have done things with the maths. Unfortunately for Pippa, it's the end of the road, Therese.
Yeah. I think this is incredible. A little bit of a upset. Sarah not going straight, but I just talked to Lana at the beach and I could just feel this fire inside of her. And she was just ready to go to it. And I think, as you said, Lewis, I think she just did she was like jumping every tack. She was just doing trick on trick on trick on trick. We didn't even have time to talk about all the tricks they did. So
and if, for those of you viewers who are looking at home online, you will see that there are trick scores available. We'll make those details a bit more clear for you, but no time to waste, as the heartache and pain will have to give way to the next heat number 2, with the defending champion Francesca Maney from the UK up against Natalie Lambrecht, who fell out in round 1 last year against newcomer Svenja Zoe Peters from Germany. I believe that's the first appearance of Germany since 2014. Great to see that country making a return to the King of the Air.
Something interesting here, all 3 of these actually met in a similar heat. All 3 of them at Lords of Tram in round 1, and it finished Francesca, Natalie, Svenja. So let's see, is it going to stay that way or will things change?
There goes the buzzer for the start of heat number 2. This is the women's division, the second time we have it here, and already they would have seen heat number 1 and no doubt realized we're going to start having to bang them out one after the other. That looked like Francesca Maney there on your screen, popping her opening maneuver. But there in the front, you see Svenja Zoe Peters going to turn around and try again. Oh, but not Natalie. After a demanding and commanding win at the Megaloop event in Holland, shows that she is here for business. Oh my word. Again, back to back. Again, this is incredible.
I don't think Natalie took that one.
That was Sarah.
Yeah, well, Zara with that one. That's the problem. And I wonder if these riders actually watched that first heat. I mean, that would be enough to shake me up seeing that and being like, I don't think I would have wanted to see the other women
No.
What, that I can't get over what I just saw in that first heat.
I know these girls, they're super athletic. They tend to focus on this. So look at that kite angle. Wow.
That was really nice riding. What I liked about that kite, she didn't bring it up to 12 and bring it back over. She kept it out the side, which is good technique to buy you the time to fly it over 12.
Natalie has such a captivating style. I love the angle of her kite. And you know what? She's really, really hungry. She's been so close in so many events to standing on top of the podium and winning. And that fire is just building inside of her.
She's one of the big four, I like to say, that have actually been up there and done well. We've got Pippa, we've got Francesca, obviously we've got Zara, and she's up there too. But her form is quite interesting. 2022, she was third in the world. 2023, vice world champion. She's kind of building up to this, you know. She's in and around the finals all the time.
Like, you can just feel her moment is coming.
And she believes it too. I talked to her and she's like, I'm ready for my moment.
Yeah, and Megaloop showed there with a brilliant second place finish there, that event. That just showed in those extreme conditions, one might have had a different perception of her at King of the Air last year, but that perception has vanished out the window.
But strong starts here for Francesca and Natalie. 2 big scores for each of them. Let's see if Svenja is pulling up some tricks as well.
That's big.
This looks good.
Oh,
this looks really
what
good.
angle.
This has got to be landed. Come on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, what a That definitely threw her into a rotation that she wasn't expecting. I think she ended up in front rotations there. Very similar to Aaron Hadler once, just going with it. She went with that
I think we're going to see our first 8 points. I don't know. Here's where the betting starts in the commentary booth, but that was unbelievable from the defending champion. There you get a great indication for you viewers on the lower right-hand side of your screen. The windsock indicating a wind speed of 33 knots and the wind direction famously and what we would not want, otherwise, southeaster direction. So there you see Natalie Lambert body dragging upwind to her board. Obviously fell there from a move that she attempted, but oh, forgive me, never mind. 8 points, a 9.32 from Francesca Maini, the defending champion, showing I'm keen to hang on to that crown.
Oh, what a start.
Wow.
I mean, you know the classic thing we always say in kiteboarding, hasn't the level gone up? Hasn't the level gone up? Like clearly if you watch these first heats back from last year, like this has been stepped up, but there's already moves that I don't think we've seen done before.
That's what I'm talking about. These women are pure athletes. They've been working their ass off this year. Like they really, I've never seen anybody work this hard as these females, like in and out of the gym, trying to tune every single aspect of the sport, not only in the water, but also outside, nutrition, in the gym. And they are such an inspiration to the next generation.
Yeah, we have, sorry, Teresa, just a quick replay of Teresa's incredible 9.32, multiple rotations all the way down after Megaloop board off. And by far the highest trick score in the women's division at the King of the Air already. We said we're going to bring you history to the comfort of your seats from wherever you are around the world. Again, once again, warm welcome for joining us here for the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air, heat number 2 of the women's division. In the commentary box with me, Lewis Crathern from the UK and Therese Atabel from Denmark. Yes, it's great to have you here. I'm loving this commentary that we got going here.
If you're watching this thinking, oh, this sport looks great, maybe I can do it, or maybe I have to be really strong. There's a common stereotype that you've got to be strong. It's not the case at all, especially, I mean, you must have had this as well, Therese. Can women do it? Is it strong? This is such a good advertisement for how anybody can do this sport of any ages, and the women's division here is just, you know, the women can, don't forget, have competed with the men here before.
Yeah.
We have to give a shout out to Angelique Bouillot.
Yeah, definitely.
Making her debut in 2021. Angelique, if you're watching, big shout out to you. You've really paved the way for a lot of these women here today. So it's incredible what we're seeing in front of us as we see right foot forward.
Natalie.
Oh, with a nice dirty loop board off. That was not a lot of height in the most extreme kite angle, but great to see that variety right foot forward.
Have we seen that one? Is that another one we haven't seen before, I think? That's going to score quite well. Pulling the front hand.
I'm happy to see Francesca so comfortable on the water. She had a little bit of a head injury at Megaloop. She had a little concussion, but she recovered super fast. And she's obviously feeling 100% again.
On your lower right-hand side of your screen. Oh no, the tricks just keep coming and coming. Look at Francesca just not letting the foot off the gas. Oh, just unwinding the bar there, because obviously the lines rotate as you rotate the kite, so they'll unspin it so they can continue riding without a applying friction on the lines. But Natalie, oh no, it looks like Svenja needs to step it up. Yeah, needs to step it up. And with the small kite that she has, I'm wondering if we're going to see the first double loop in the women's division. It's there, it's itching there, but she's in a bit of a situation. However, she does have just under 7 minutes still left. Oh, there we go.
What was that? Like, she done very well to land that. She became disconnected with the kite there. It was almost like it shot forward in the window, but she does know how to beat some of the the big names. She knocked out Zara in the Lords of Tram in the quarters this year. You know, that is a big name to knock out, but she's really got to step up now. Right, a bit of feedback from the caddies down there. Shall I change? What's going on? You know, they'll be saying to her, look, you're out ahead, but it's not by load, because your second and third trick score is similar-ish to Natalie, so can't really be too comfortable down there at the moment. She does have that big 9.32. So
I think as well that the conditions are building. It seems that the wind picked up a bit more from the previous heats, and I think the girls are on a bit smaller sizes as well, and they are going bigger.
That was unfortunate. That wave just didn't settle down. Who was that?
Who was that on the background?
Someone who's trying to get some airtime on King of the Air, if you ask me. But ignore that in the background. That could just be one of the riders warming up. It could be Chemo. It could be Chemo. So a yellow vest there. We will introduce the Opens division shortly. But right now we are witnessing groundbreaking history in the making here in the women's division, as we have just under 5.5 minutes left. You'll see the time ticking on the upper left-hand side of your screen, and that will count as a crash again. Natalie eyeing out something there at the back. Nope, not enough speed to head for the kicker. You can see there's a lot of bump on some of the kickers, and this is where, again, timing and technique also plays a huge role in being able to boast that score like Francesca did.
It really helps. I mean, this is so different, the angles we look at. We now look at this one, it looks a lot more rougher, but that onboard really gives you a perspective of the space in between the waves. I would say this is a good year of waves. I've seen many years with no waves at all. I've seen a couple of the years with the best waves in your lives. But out of 13 years, I would say that this is up there in the sort of top 5, maybe just sneaking into the 5th or 6th. You know, these waves really help the riders take off. You imagine a skateboarder leaving a half pipe, that extra boost. That's what they're looking for, that little bit of weightlessness as they climb up the wave to take off. And a great example of that here with a double back roll mega loop from Natalie Lambrecht, but unfortunately she's crashed that. And she's going to lose the board there as well.
I think it was Francesca.
It was Francesca. It was Francesca, yeah. But I mean, we've got so many tricks firing up back and forth, it's a little difficult to keep track at times. Those viewers at home, get this footage on your TV, not on your phone. Get it on your TV so you can witness this in real size as we see.
Natalie searching. She knows she has to come up with a big move to separate herself from Francesca's scores. I think she's searching.
That she saw that crash and be like, wow, actually,
I think
the door's open.
I think so. But you can definitely see she's searching out there because she knows she has to pull something big. It can't be a medium. It has to be...
Repairing the damage then.
Svenja.
I think it's a nut. If it looks like a white rash,
yeah, that is
Natalie. Yeah, the light blue and the white does get a little bit fuzzy sometimes.
Now I'm really confused.
No, it's all good. That's Natalie. That looks like Natalie, unless the camera.
They both look like white rashes, but this is actually Zoe.
Yes.
And they're all on Northguards.
Yeah, that's the big.
Even more confused.
Zoe, Svenja Zoe. She's got 2 names in, and he's got 3 names as well. Anyway, the experience looks like it's paying off for Maini and Lambrecht at the moment. They've been here before, and Peter's in trouble with 3 minutes left here. Round 1, heat number 2. Hello to you all joining in, and thanks for your patience as we have the local crowds down here in Table View. Been waiting patiently today. Local time here is 5:14. Explain this. What are we seeing here, Colin?
All right. So this view for you viewers around the world is the current live impression score. That is the 4th score that gets added to the 3 scores on the top left-hand side of your screen. 7 tricks total, including the top 3. 7 tricks that need to be above a threshold in order to count as variety, and there have to be 7 distinctly different tricks. Keep that in mind, viewers. It's going to play a vital role as it has brought change to this year's King of the Air, where we have now moved the power of the variety score back to the rider and not necessarily only in the judges. So 7 points out of 10 will be determined by 7 individual tricks distinctly different from one another. The remaining 3 points will be determined by the judges for overall impression, style, and execution.
Come on, Natalie.
We will continue to update you you on the live impression score and continue to remind you about how it works, but this is a historic change to this year's King of the Air, Red Bull King of the Air.
Just made it a bit clearer. I mean, you might be looking at all those numbers up there, but what you need to be seeing is a total score to the left, and that's made up of the 3 best tricks, all scored out of 10. There's another 10 points coming their way with variation. And so it's actually out of 40 as we see a landing here from Natalie. You are really rooting for her. It's quite clear to me. Great.
Favorites do come out in the commentary box.
Exactly.
Therese, they do. So name it, claim it. Man.
Yeah, Natalie is a long-time friend. I've been competing her on the freestyle tour, and she's my girl.
This is exactly what Natalie needed. Hopefully she can drop away the 6.88 with that, but she's got just over a minute left. If she can do a nice big mega loop board off, I think she could put herself in contention, because she's only just over a point away from Francesca Maini, even though she has a 9.32.
That's solid. These girls are pushing each other out. You can see how they're building up and building up. I think that's when we see the best kiteboarding, is when this happens in a heat.
Exactly.
So there is our current champion there, just choosing not to loop there. That was really interesting for me here, because she knows that the door's open a little bit still.
Yeah, she's ice cold. She's so badass. Francesca is so badass.
She's just waited. She actually thought, do you know what? If I don't pull this loop, I've got another chance. You know, like, because she can still upgrade one of her 6s, and that once she does that, I don't see anyone coming back. But right now, Natalie still needs a big score. She needs over a point on top of her lowest one, a 6 point. She basically needs an 8 here.
And by Francesca doing that, it really shows her experience. I was like taking her time. It's like, no, this is not perfect. I know I need to do one really good move instead of wasting that attempt. That really shows confidence in your riding.
Definitely, and with such a short amount of time remaining, 15 seconds to the end of this
Natalie.
heat. Come on,
she knows it.
Mega loop. That would have been a first. That would have definitely been a first in the women's division.
She knew what she had to do.
She really had to go. She was running out of time as well,
exactly.
as Peters gets a Hindenburg there as the kite comes down. And it's going to be okay then for Maini, the current champion. I think is going to make it through to the final. Looked quite clear to me, but let's talk you through those highlights, starting here with a mega loop, delayed back roll, go-to move from the defending champion, just getting the tail of the board down. Then we saw this mega loop board off where you got thrown into 2 rotations, full rotations by the way, which is much harder to land coming around hillside. So that put her in the lead with that move, and it was hard to catch up. But this woman here, Natalie Lambrecht, pushed her all the way as we saw that impression score in favour of her. This lovely front roll dirty loop pulled her back into things, but I think she's going to have to settle for the semi-finals there, and unfortunately it might be the end of the road for Svenja Zoe Peters.
Guys, how are you feeling right now? Like, my adrenaline is going. I am proud beyond the roof, and look at these scores. This is incredible. Lewis, talk us through them.
I don't know.
This is absolutely insane.
But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take note of how significant the 4th live overall impression score plays in the results. Natalie Lambrecht, despite a demanding 9.32 Francesca Maini, look at that 6.43, meaning that the 7 extra tricks that she did just added to the variety, arguing that she is a more complete rider in this heat against Francesca Maini. Unfortunately, Svenja will no longer be competing, but what an effort also from her, the rookie. But I think we lost. We're all sitting here just lost for words. This is unbelievable.
Well, it's a great opportunity to explain why that happened, all right? You know, we're sitting here, Francesca's got that massive big score. Clearly, to the judges, what happened there is Natalie worked a lot more different trick categories. They want to reward the most complete rider at the Red Bull King of the Air. It's always been about that, and to them, she must have done tricks in probably 7 different categories. We did see dirty loops, we did see moves coming in and out, so she utilized that. She read the judging criteria. So this is going to be a first for Francesca Maini now. And as you were saying about the confidence of Natalie, she certainly, that was really genius way of riding. She knew what was going on there. She was in control.
That was absolutely incredible. I'm lost for words right now, but most importantly, I'm so proud to see this level of female kiteboarding. All of them deserve so much to be here. They're setting an incredible example for the next generation, and that makes me really, really proud. I know there's a lot of young girls watching out there, and if this not is getting them fired up, motivating, and believing in that it's possible, I don't know what else will.
Therese, I don't think you could have captured it better. I think that's exactly what we want to see, and that's exactly where the sport is heading here at the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air Women's Division. So no, and there you have Zara Hogenraad chatting with, might be a caddy. I know Kiel does help out from time to time.
What a first round. We have actually a little bit of an upsetting result. We have world champion Sarah becoming second. We have last year's winner, Francesca Manning, becoming second. I mean, this just shows that the level this year is like on top.
It's on top.
Everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
Everybody can win.
Exactly, and Natalie her way through straight to a podium finish after a very tragic round one exit for her. So amazing to have her go straight through. But Therese, thank you so much for joining us here in the booth with what has been an historic opening round in the women's division. We look forward to seeing you on the beach. Go shred it, man.
See you at the beach.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Oh wow, iconic and historic scenes here at the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you from around the globe here to the 13th installment of this incredible event. And we are now moving into the Opens Division. 18 riders starting from the left-hand side of your screen. Zach Adams from the USA making his second appearance here at the Red Bull King of the Air. Jason van der Spey from South Africa, 5 times now competing in this incredible event. And rookie Kimo Verkerk from the Netherlands making his debut here as well. Oh man, I've just lost for words already from that. But Lewis, who's on the left?
Luca Cerruti from South Africa, becoming the first person to get on that podium last time round. So he'll be hoping for a good result. Timo Boersma, he's actually been on the up as well. The Dutch rider, after some good performances over the years, has picked up too. Great at Lords of Tram this year. We really noticed the semi-finals. Jack, and who was the third one there? That's just speeded past me as well. Baptiste
Jacquemin, the rookie. But who do we have here? Ruben Linton, welcome back in the booth.
Thank you so much. What a heat we got here. Heat number 3 is Lorenzo Casati, Charles Brodel on his foil, and Jeremy Berlando.
No, and again, Hoots at the back indicating we are close. Coan van Dijk, a lot of power, a lot of style. Great to see him back here at the Red Bull King of the Air. Josh Gillett, unfortunately, with an early exit last year, but he'll be back to try and redeem that round 2 finish. Elliot Bouton from France making his debut. Super excited to be here. Lewis from the left.
Steinmal, one of the big 5. We'll get into that later, from the Netherlands. Always podiums all the time for him these days. Gilvlucht from the Netherlands as well, and Tahar Sabri from Portugal making a debut here as well.
And of course, defending his crown is Andrea Principi from Italy. Then we've got Parker Sage coming in from the USA, and Leonardo Casati, who is, of course, the brother from Lorenzo, and absolutely throwing down on the water. So I'm very excited to watch all of these heats in round number 1, and I wish them all the best.
Yeah, Leonardo Casati, the youngest rider at this year's Red Bull King of the Air. But we're going to take you now into heat number 1, as you saw earlier. But there you have in front of you an iconic scene from the majestic Table Mountain with a tablecloth looming large. But here we go, Opens Division, round 1, heat 1. Zach Adams at just the age of 17, his second appearance here at the King of the Air after making it all the way to the semi-finals, gents, in his rookie appearance last year. Jason van der Spey will be looking to get out of that round 2 exit that he had last year against Mark Jacobs with the narrowest of margins. So he'll be amped and fired up to once again make it to at least a second semi-final appearance. And Kimo Verkerk from the Netherlands making his debut. Super stoked at the age of 23 here at the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air. Lewis, tell us more about Kimo.
Well, Kimo's, he's been around a little while now, you know, he's a name in the sport. Kimo loves to go big, that's for sure, Ruben. I mean, you know a lot more about him as a Dutch rider.
Also a cancer survivor. He went through a gnarly round or episode there as well. So yeah, respect to see him back on the water and in full health, in all glory. And of course, in round 1, what it's all about is the flag out system. Lewis, how does it work?
It's a famous flag out system here. 3 riders on the water. They will be riding out there for 8 minutes. They only have their 2 best trick scores to think about just to keep themselves in this heat. Then they will be flagged. There's the flags right there, yellow, blue and black, and they relate to your rash vest, what you're wearing. That is our waterproof t-shirt, if you've never heard of that abbreviation. That is the flag you do not want to see raised after 8 minutes. It's the one you're wearing. If you get flagged out, off you go, out the water you go. There'll be a 1 minute reset. Then the heat will continue. Another 4 minutes for the other two to battle it out for first and second, where it will open up all their tricks and variation. But this first part of this heat is about your 2 biggest trick scores.
That's important because we explain now in the women's division about the variety scores. So it's important to note that only the top 2 tricks count as far as who gets flagged out. After the 1 minute transition, once again, the variety will come into play, where your previous tricks will all be considered if they meet the threshold for the variety score. But there you have a beautiful shot in front of you as you see the riders getting ready. But again, gents, wonderful to be here. Again, a warm welcome to all of you from around the globe to the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air, the world's most prestigious big air kite surfing event, bringing to you the world's biggest and best for your entertainment and for at their own risk and pleasure at the same time. Lewis, Ruben, great to be back in the booth with you guys. Ruben, you were on the beach. What's it feeling like?
It's absolutely incredible. The energy is just unreal. We've been waiting for the wind a little bit longer than we hoped for, but the southeasterly has kicked in, and yeah, everybody on the beach is just super excited. And what we've already seen in the first heats of the women is that they're very hungry to showcase their best big air moves, and that they are willing to take the risk to put down their best show for us. So,
I mean, some of the things we've seen over the last days, we keep saying how strong this season has started. I mean, we've just seen people boosting well over 30 meters days, just a couple of days ago. Even yesterday was another 30 plus day. And just seeing the riders training out here now, when you're out the back and you look back to table and you just see 6 different people just going absolutely nuts, kites, level, boards off. It's really like just a
it's
moment
incredible
where
to
you're
see.
like, wow.
It's majestic.
Yeah, big air kiteboarding
yeah.
is just so many people into big air now of all abilities, and it's wonderful to see. But here we are celebrating big air in its most extreme form with mega loops, board offs, dirty loops, all sorts, and we're bringing you the action live from Cape Town. A big thanks to Cape Town City supporting this event as well. I mean, we really get good support there to be on this beach and set all this up.
I mean, I've been coming here for 20 years and I will keep coming back for the next 20 years. So it is, yeah, the Mother City is our favorite destination in the world for kite surfing and other adventures. And yeah, this iconic kite beach is just a great stomping ground, and also the home spot for Jason van der Spuy, who is, of course, also one of the favorites.
Yeah, I mean, he just hasn't pulled it together just yet, like we know he can. We see all these amazing moves from him all the time, and we just want to see Jason put it all together. He's had tricky runs. Sometimes you need that bit of luck, but Jason definitely one of the stronger riders here, but he hasn't put it down yet in a competition where I could really think, like, we got so close in that semis at North of Tram that year when things didn't go his way, the best I could say that. But there is the scene, there is the mountain in the background, the cloud coming in slightly over Devil's Peak, which is from the left-hand side. What does that mean, Colin?
That means the wind is definitely more from a south, like an easterly direction, almost like an east-southeast, so more parallel with the shore. So that means more east in the wind as opposed to the iconic tablecloth, which you usually see coming over Table Mountain itself. But there you can see the riders, caddies getting ready for what is going to be an incredible matchup. And like you said, James, the women's division laying the hammer down. That was unbelievable. But back on Jason, what you were saying, he'll be looking to get out of that round 2 hoodoo that he's had.
Yeah, no, he will be, but I'm sure he can do it. Can I just say, Ruben, you smell great today. Is that Coco Mademoiselle or is that a J'adore?
Thank you, J'adore, mate.
Okay, nice. My wife uses that one.
So yeah, what you guys can expect back home before you get too dizzy is, of course, the biggest mega loops. The mega loop can be pulled with the backhand, and it's a dirty loop when the riders actually pull it with their front hand. So when they ride out to sea, hit a kicker, you can see if the kite goes with their backhand or with their front hand. Then they're gonna throw in rotations. Jason is known for his tornado, so just be prepared for that. Don't fall off your chair just yet when you see it, because it's about 4 spins thrown into that mega loop, and then he takes his board off in the meantime and flips that around too. So
there goes the buzzer. So yeah, exciting. Exactly as you say, Ruben. We're gonna say, and I was gonna expect this heat to explode. Kimo opening his account and opening the account in the Opens division with a nice big mega loop late back roll. Technicality not that high, but a great start for the rookie.
100%. And there goes Jason also with a board of mega loop of his own. And good spot there. You saw that it was Kimo because I think Zach and Kimo are both riding their slingshot kites.
Correct.
So you need to look at the rash vest. And here is Zach Adams with a triple back roll board off Mega Loop.
Oh, nice.
Stomping it clean.
Nice. Zach Adams already showing why he won the Mystic Move of the day last year with an 8.4. So he will have he'll have confidence already going in on his semi-final finish from last year in his rookie year. So that was a stomping start. 8 minutes now with the top 2 tricks before one of these riders is flagged out and will have to work his way through round 2. So each of these riders will get a chance to ride again.
100%. And Zach Adams came onto the scene and you could just see that this kid is housing some special talent. The way he performs his tricks with so much power, so much flow, and so much creativity is just so beautiful to watch. But here goes Jason van der Spuy hitting that kicker properly, going into a boogie loop board off and an added rotation there, and steezing it out like Jason van der Spuy likes to do. Landing it clean. That will give him some nice scores on the board. And remember, it's 6.5 minutes until the flag out system kicks in, so 1 flag will be lowered, 1 rider will have to come off the water, there will be a 1-minute break, and the 2 highest scoring tricks will determine who advances.
Ruben, how much of the women's did you just see there? It was really unbelievable, those first heats, and how important that variation score was. That turned things on its head when it came to the results.
I was on the beach and they were going absolutely massive.
Oh, and talking to going absolutely massive as well here. That's Zach Adams, fresh from his good performance last year with a really nice maneuver there. It looked like a front roll mega loop with some board spins as well, Ruben.
100%, but that variety score is super important. So you need to combine back rotations, front rotations, dirty loops, mega loops, handle passes, board off. The judges like to see variety so that they're not just judging the same tricks over and over again.
Yeah,
so
that is important. And as we've said earlier here in the commentary box, the variety score, the power of that score has been put on the riders this time round. Last year, it was determined purely by the judges. This year, at least 7 points out of the 10 will be determined by the riders themselves. So an historic change in how we judge the overall impression score. That 4th score that will be added to the scores on the top left-hand side of your screen. As you can see, each of these riders only with 2 tricks posted so far. I do believe that 1 or 2 more will drop as we see kicker lining up. Oh, a bit late on the takeoff, 1 foot out. Are we going to see a repeat of what the women did? Oh, women can hold their heads up high. They managed to work their way out of that one.
Tombstoning straight to the bottom.
That's the last thing you need. You're steam training, you're looking to hit this kicker full speed and the lip just closes on you and it can hurt or throw you off balance. It's definitely not what you're looking for right in the middle of your heat.
So at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, Lewis, what do we have there? Height and distance, what does it mean?
That means what it means to do. Wow! Meanwhile, we got this really inverted backflip. So it was a back roll with a backflip as well with a mega loop. Was that Zach Adams again?
No, just Jason with his.
That's a clever color.
I love it when they go inverted on their 2nd or 3rd rotation. It's such a crazy skill to just flick off into the air in a rotation, and then on the 2nd one just look over your shoulder and put your legs up in the sky and just go fully inverted like whilst the kite is looping.
Like a freedom away from your kite. But just back to that bottom right hand corner, that is giving us the data which is coming in from the Wind Games being on board with these riders. That height, the judges don't use that, by the way. They're not dictate, they don't influence, by that, but it's great for us to see just how high and how far the riders are going. Usually the higher and further you're going, the more extreme. That's usually related to extremity.
So that distance is basically saying how far the horizontal distance that they cover. So for example,
there goes Kimo.
This is big.
There's a lot of horizontal distance coming in. He's lost the board in the air.
Wow, he can almost land on it.
I wouldn't have been surprised if he'd somehow grabbed that. We're seeing lots of the riders spend a lot of time away from the board these days. This is the new sort of movement that we're expecting to see at some point, where riders are flipping the boards around and almost doing osmosis around their bodies, but it's a high-risk maneuver.
Would the judges have scored it a 10 if he dropped the board and then landed on it and rode away clean?
Probably not, because it would not have been under control. So that's important for you viewers at home. It's got to be under control. Improvisation is incredible to see, and it's just such another example of the incredible nature of the sport. But at the same time, they do want to see control. But now we have Therese on the beach with a 2nd place finisher, Francesca Maini, in her heat. So Therese, take it away.
I'm here with our defending champion, Francesca Mani. What a performance out there. Can you explain to us what was going on out there? How are the conditions? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I felt really good. I had a really sick trick, which I was super stoked about. I don't know how I landed it, but was so stoked about it. But yeah, obviously my variety wasn't enough, but we're gonna go send it next round. The conditions are good, some nice kickers, and yeah, it's great out there.
Were you surprised when you came in and the variety score came in?
In the back of my head, I did think I didn't have as much variety, so I was a bit like, oof, I'm not sure if I got through this one. And yeah, I was right, I didn't.
What's your strategy for the next heat?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm going to send it again, and we're going to make it to the final. So let's go.
I love that energy. Good luck.
Thank you.
And back to the boys in the booth.
What? Oh, wow, thanks, Therese. Oh, excited already there. Our first interview for the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air. Francesca Mani will have a chance to fight it through to the finals after a surprising second place finish there. Commanding effort from Natalie Lambrecht. But back to the action in front of you. Round one, heat number one. We see the rookie, Kimo, heading out towards the iconic Robben Island. Kicker lining up. Oh, he might have disappeared in the back of the frame. But meantime, Jason van der Spey, fellow South African, hits the deck.
Not going to count.
Nope, not going to count. Ladies and gentlemen, even if he rides away, the judges do want to see a clean landing. They do accommodate a little bit of what's called a butt check. Help me out there, lads.
Yeah, or a back slap, or any other words for it. Meanwhile, let's talk about this one. Looks going to be a double back roll contra loop. Front hand pulling there from Kimo Becker. It's going to put him back. Oh, no, Debbie. Absolute Debbie wave just breaking in a horrible place. That would have put him right in the mix of this heat. That would have knocked out his 5.82. And he would have been really hopeful to try and advance this. Winning this heat means so much. You're skipping round two as someone else just loading up there. We're on board with the FPV, though. Double front roll with a dirty loop and a tic-tac, I think, Ruben.
Yep,
is this going to help? Is this going to help him, Zach Adams, Ruben?
I'm not sure, but someone is going to get flagged out in about 30 seconds, so they will have to put on some better scores if Kimo wants to stay in this heat.
Oh, Jason van der Spey will be itching to make it straight through to round three. Yes, what more do you want, says the South African there in the black vest. So this is close. We've got 15 seconds before one of these riders is flagged out. At the moment, it does look like Kimo, but anything can change very quickly.
He's got 8 seconds to get into the air. Can he make this kicker?
Good
Big
timing.
moment. He's connected into a double front roll. It's with a doobie. Is he going to take it? He's got to land it. He's got to move. He could make a massive distance. He knows it. He knows it, Ruben. And you know it as a Dutchman.
What a situation. Now the judges quickly have to get those scores into the system and then decide which flag to pull down. Is it Zach Adams or Kimo Verkerk?
He needed an 8.01 lower right hand side of your screen in order to avoid his flag coming down.
Then his flag is coming down, mate.
Well, yeah, 8.01, I'm not sure. I think the kite angle could have been a little bit more aggressive. I mean, it was just sublime, epitomizing the essence of Red Bull King of the Air, doing it in the dying seconds in the hopes of making it through.
Just don't look back, mate.
Yeah,
just carry on.
Just carry on, right?
It's not a nice feeling now. I mean, actually, that was the dream way to win, was just go out to the boats. How good would that have been, just win? 5-1, wait for me.
I think I did that in the competition, just kept riding out. The process was just happened.
Ross Dillon player did that once. I thought he wasn't going to come back. As we see a quick replay of that dying seconds. Lewis, talk us through this one.
Yeah, I mean, he really started quite well, but there was a bit of a break during his move. That was the last move. I mean, that was a banger. 7.56. It's not going to be enough for him. Now, it's all attention on Jason van der Spey and Zach Adams here. Very close. Now, as you can see, their third score has now been brought into the mix here, because they're including what they have done in this heat so far. And first up, the trick will be Zach Adams, who just mugs that one right off. That's not going to count there for him. He just didn't feel right, so we should go back to Jason van der Spey, who's probably loading up right now.
Right, so Jason van der Spey.
He's not, he's just chilling.
No, he's just checking out his watch. Checking the watch where they've got scores, they've got last tricks, they've also got position, which tells them, are you currently first, second, or third?
To-do list from the partner.
Yeah, so flagged out, unfortunately. There is our first flag out. The rookie, unfortunately, will have to fight his way through in round two, but he will have another chance at giving Kite Beach another whack of the wind. As we see Jason van der Spey, is he going to do something right foot forward? That would most certainly add to his variety score. But no, back to Zach Adams from the USA. Heading out left foot forward towards Robben Island. There in the back, you can see our jet skis with our safety crew, keeping these guys safe. Kicker spotted, not the biggest of ramps.
No.
Contra loop.
very in control.
Oh, nice,
there.
yeah.
Super in control.
I don't think it will better his 7th score. Just he missed the height on that. He didn't find a steep ramp to take off. Here we see Jason working on his variety score by jumping towards the beach on a different tack. Unfortunately, also not the highest scoring trick there.
But that's all they're doing here. Let's remind you, these are still valuable moves that they're putting down here. They're trying to make sure they've got 7 tricks from 7 different categories.
There's that tornado I was talking about.
Yeah, my favorite tornado. There he goes. Well done there from Jason van der Spey. Again, just yanking towards the crowd. He'll have plenty of local support here. Dad David van der Spey, no doubt, will be on the beach cheering on. Currently, there you see at the lower right-hand side, a height of 14.6 meters, 16.1 from Zach in his last trick attempt. Oh, with a horizontal distance of 98 meters. Ladies and gentlemen, that's at almost 100 meters of horizontal distance travel. I think as the wind continues to fill in, we will see those numbers go up significantly. But Zach eyeing it out. He's still in 2nd place. He needs, not much to get back up. 1 foot out. Come on, make an no, not improvising. He's not looping that kite.
Like an accidental nip slip, but then the foot loose. But yeah, you're so right, Lewis. It all comes down to competition intelligence, which comes with the years of experience. But these guys are so young. However, Jason van der Spey has been doing quite a lot of competitions, and you can just see it, how composed he is, and he has a plan. He has a game plan.
Well, how young are these riders? Well, Ruben, they are 21 years old average from all the men's fleet. A bit older for the women, and they're 26 in the women's fleet average. We feel that's down to just the amount of competitions the men have. The young riders had more time and more competitions to look and watch and get involved. So we think that age will go down maybe with the women's as well. But here we are with 50 seconds left for one of these riders in this heat, or for one of these riders to get through. This is big though. This is definitely bigger than the other heights I think we've seen in this heat.
6 back rotations with that board off and a kite looping.
6?
I think it was 6. He started from the takeoff, throwing in it like backwards, and then he just kept going throughout that big move.
Unfortunately, that was a crash though from Zach, so he's going to have to get back up on his feet as he's got less than 30 seconds. We see unhook. Jason van der Spey unhooking. Looks like a kung fu pass. He recovers it.
He didn't have it. He didn't have it. Something went up there, Ruben. I don't think he had it in his hand.
That's a bit of a kite mare. This is why I didn't do this move back in 2017 when I needed it so much to win the title, but I just couldn't work my mind up to unhooking and taking all that power, the strong wind on my arms.
He's going for it again. He's going for it straight again off this wave out the back. Oh no, he's not.
Nice inverted back roll mega loop there. Jason van der Spey. We see Zach Adams flying through the frame. Maybe he did something that was enough for the dying seconds.
What a opening heat here between Zach Adams and Jason van der Spey. Unfortunately, Kimo Verkerk got flagged out, and he will have to fight his way back in round number 2. Let's see if Jason van der Spey will remain on top when that impression score comes in.
But Zach Adams, as you can see by the clips, had a great start to the heat and then just seemed to fall a little bit flat with those 2 misfires of the kickers. But that was a really nice one as well. But again, bombing quickly into trick after trick here at round 1, heat 1. These are the highlights. Oh yeah, half cab. We missed that. We must have missed that.
No,
that was a half cab.
I was talking about it. I didn't call it a half cab. I just called it a massive invert.
Yeah, no, his name for it is called the half cab. They're from Jason van der Spey. But we should see the scores dropping. Is Jason van der Spey going to avoid the hoodoo of round 2? He is indeed. Look at the scores on the left-hand side of your screen. Jason van der Spey going straight through to round number 3. He'll be super stoked with that. Zach Adams with 26.89.
That cloud, boys, look at that. That is starting to pump now. They reckon there was going to be wind gusts up to 40 knots here today. If you have just joined us, welcome from around the world. It is the Red Bull King of the Air 2025, round 1, heat 1. We've just had the first round of the women, which was outrageous. We had never been done before moves, but the wind is pumping here. Local time is not 0000, it's 5:43. And round 1, heat 2, Ruben, who is in this?
We've got local boy Luca Saruti, who ended on the podium last year as the first South African to ever do so. So we're super proud and excited to watch him ride again. And then we got Timo Boersema from the Netherlands, and then Frenchie Baptiste Jacquemin. And I'm very excited to see these guys take it away straight from the gate. Remember, the flag out system kicks in, and then only their 2 highest scoring tricks will count.
Yeah, so Luke has had that lovely result last year here, but throughout the rest of the year hasn't really got up to the podiums. I've had a look at that, and he just keeps drawing Lorenzo in his competition.
Every time. Yeah.
What a deal to draw that rider at the moment. So maybe he finds a different route through here, or maybe he doesn't, and he just decides he can deal with him this time. But there he is, talk of the devil.
You mean the leopard?
Well, let's get into that in a bit. The big five. You ready for the big five yet? Or
Yeah,
not?
I think it's about time, mate.
Okay, all right. So we're in the men's here, and we definitely think there's time to talk about the big three riders who we think are clearly Andrea Principi, Lorenzo Casati, and of course Jeremy Belando. They're the only riders that have won anything in the last 19 months. It's been amazing, but we will get back into that because I think we've got an interview on the beach with Kimo.
We do. Teresa, take it away.
Kimo, how did it feel to compete in your first ever Red Bull King of the Year? I know you've been working towards this moment for 3.5 years. How did it feel to be out there?
Yeah, it felt super good. I was quite nervous though, since it was my first event ever here, but yeah, I had a lot of fun, and now unfortunately I didn't make it to round 3, but now I'm just gonna give it my all in round 2.
I know you've been working really hard for this moment, putting in all of the hours. You said it's a dream of yours.
Yeah.
Did it live up to the expectations, the conditions, the crowd?
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Yeah, everything was amazing. The people were super stoked on the beach. The wind is pumping, so yeah, I'm just super happy and grateful to ride in this event.
So you're ready for the next hit?
For sure.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, no, thanks, Therese. Excellent work there, Kimo. He will have a chance to fight his way through, but just over 7 minutes left before we have another flag out as we see what looks like Timo Boertsema in his 4th appearance here at the King of the Air.
Speaking of flags out, there's lots of flags on the beach. The riders get supported by their team members, and it's lovely to see family, friends on the beach with big signs and really bringing that vibe and bring the heat.
You've got to see this place if you're a kiteboarder. If you're not a kiteboarder, it should be on your bucket list. But look at that backdrop, it's iconic. You have to come and make time to watch this event once in your life. There's nothing like it around the world. Warm conditions, but with cold wind, which is what we want for density to give us that lift. We want big waves as well. It has all the ingredients, this place. It's the magic, and it's the home of big air kiteboarding in Cape Town, and we are stoked you're joining us on this journey today. As sending a big one, didn't get a perfect takeoff for me there. I think that was Timo on the way out, and I don't think that's going to score massive. I think that's going to be, I'm going to say it's in the 4s. I think it's in the 4s, Ruben.
Yeah, I think it's important because at the same time, remember, gents, in order for your trick to count towards a variety score, it has to be higher than 6.5. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the website, go to www.redbullkingoftheair.com, click on results, and you can scroll down and see every single trick score from every single heat as the filters allow you to do so of what you are seeing in front of you on your screen. It's a helpful tool to see how many tricks have gone above the 6.5 range, and we'll continue to update you on that. It is something new, it is something exciting that has been brought to this year's edition of the King of the Air. But again, back to the action in front of us, right foot forward. But back to the rookie, Baptiste Jacquemin from France, negotiating quite a bit of chop there in the front. The high tide does make it a bit difficult, but yeah, he spotted a ramp.
It's his Coda debut, and he's taken off here for a double front roll dirty loop and an added rotation with a board off.
Very inverted. It wasn't super extreme. There wasn't a critical kite position there, but in some ways the wind not super allowing that, but that was really controlled actually.
We are handed over to Mother Nature. Everything we do resolves around Mother Nature, so the stronger the wind, the sicker the action. And we've got a quick interview with Therese on the beach, who's speaking with Jason van der Spuy.
Jason, that energy was absolutely amazing. You're literally screaming, running. How are you feeling right now? This happiness is insane.
I think I said all my words that I possibly could, but I'm so happy right now. Right on the beach, all of the South Africans cheering me on. I'm feeling the same energy back. Oh, it's such a surreal feeling. And the best part is, on to round 3. Let's go.
You've been training so hard for this moment. How does it feel to complete such a good heat on home soil in front of this incredible crowd?
Oh, it's incredible. You're on the water, you're training, you have your tricks in mind, you're working on your heat, but to actually take it and deliver it into the Red Bull King of the Air is something else. And I'm so happy that I've done this right now today.
You ready for the next round?
Always, I'm ready. Let's go.
I can feel it. Let's
What a vibe there from Jason van der Spuy. Epic to see him. Advance and be so happy. You can come with a game plan, but you can still struggle to navigate this playground because look at it. Like, you don't know what's going to happen, if there's going to be a little chop messing with your landing, or if your takeoff is just not going to be right. So you have to be in real sync with Mother Nature here, and I think that's keeping your head calm and composed, and that's just what Jason van der Spuy showed us. Besides that handle pass, mate, that was my signature move there, an unhooked kung fu front roll handle pass.
But
I'm sure we're gonna see him nail that in the coming rounds.
Well, I mean, Jason having 3 round 2 exits out of the 5 King of the Air appearances for him, will be very happy to see it through to round 3. There we go, back to the action in front of us as we see Timo.
What a shot that was on the FPV. He connected with that wave absolutely perfectly. That was the dream takeoff, mega loop, brought off with a delayed back roll. I think we saw there. That was an absolute boomer of one. And we have to go back to this baseline score we talk about. If that isn't a 6.5 or higher, it won't score in that category. So we need a 6.5 bell or something in here, you know, because if the riders can tick off these moves, this was clearly on the inside here, but Baptiste not super high. So that's probably not going to score 6.5. Great example. It's not going to tick off that one of 7
Definitely not. It might add to the 3 points. Remember, you've got 7 points that are allocated out of 10 for variety. Then the 3 is up to the judges. So it might add a little bit to the 3. But again, like we've said, we're putting the power of the variety score with the riders themselves. They have to perform at least 7 tricks above a minimum barrier with a certain amount of clear variety. If you've got 1 back rotation, 2 back rotations, that's not considered variety. You need to do something more significantly different. Okay, this time round.
Doobie-loop board spin there from Timo Boersma. He's got that classic vertical takeoff on that Nash kite. He's got that on lockdown.
Going bigger as well. Look at that at the bottom right-hand corner. 16.7, I think, that move. 126 meters distance. So he's clearly going bigger than the other 2 riders here at the moment. And the judges will be able to tell that because they can see. So 1.5 minutes left. Time for Baptiste Jacquemin. All of France holding their breath for this debut rider. And I think he's going to want bigger moves than that. He is running out of time, but he's not miles away from the others here. He's got some reasonable chicks on the board, but he's going to need something big in the next minute and 15 seconds.
But for the people at home, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you are enjoying it to the max. And just to remind you, like in 1 minute, 1 flag is going to come down from the lowest scoring rider. Only 2 highest scoring tricks will be taken in consideration for that flag out. So it looks like Baptiste Jacquemin is in the risk of that flag out position, and will have to fight his way back in round number 2.
Oh, he powered through that wave there, didn't he? Cerruti. And he got a nice style here. Those are the sorts of things that we're going to see those 3 points worked on. Got the crowd, you heard the crowd there on the beach. But meanwhile, this man going to another gear. Was that a board flip as well there?
It was.
We saw during that move. He's having a blinder here now, and he knows it, just avoiding the other rider there. Timo Boersma, can he look to make a bit of an upset here and take out Cerruti, or at least put him through the second round? Remember, he was on the podium last year, Luca Cerruti. He's ranked 3rd in his heat, seeded 3rd, only 9th for Timo. Pretty good ranking, but that says to you that you'd expect Luca Cerruti to take it. But at the moment, It's
chopped in as you spoke, Lewis. As you spoke with Timo there, the positions changed from first to second, but now
it's only flag out.
It's only flag out, but still, unfortunately, at the moment, Baptista not able to make the impression needed here at the start of his debut
on the buzzer.
Yeah, but on the buzzer there. That should count for Luca Cerruti, but now we go into a 1 minute transition break. The judges and the contest director made it clear, do not do any tricks in this time. Use this time to work your way back upwind, back into the top of the competition area, so you can unleash in the remaining 4 minutes.
His exact words were, get your bangers out when the heat is running.
Exactly. Don't waste your time and ask me why the trick didn't score, because it was a 1 minute break in between the flag out and the remainder of the heat. So in the following 8 minutes, it's about 3 highest scoring tricks and a strong devotion to variety with that overall impression, because your 3 highest scoring tricks will make up for 75% of your overall score, and then another 25% coming from that overall impression score. So the judges love that variety, and variety is a back roll going out or a front roll going out. You can do a handle pass, a dirty loop, a mega loop, and then the tag that you're doing it on. Are you coming to the beach or are you heading out to sea?
That would be considered an essential variety, both directions, coming in, coming out. No, that's well noted there, Ruben. But now we have less than 4 minutes to see who can make it straight through to round number 3. This is very tight between gents who can basically be considered already veterans here at this event. As we see Timo, massive mega loop, late back roll, what looked like a tic-tac. Oh, nicely. Here we go, claiming it, just throwing that hand in and landing it cleanly. The judges want to see a clean landing. Nice. Ruben, he had a bit of like an up and down start, but that was a bang on the first 4 minutes.
100%, and he used to be a former speed skater in the Netherlands as well, professional, and I think that's where his competition drive comes from as well. So he's really hungry for the win. He knows how to come with his strategy and really put some good tricks on the map here.
Again, important to note, Luca Cerruti, his third highest score is a 6.33, so that will not add to his overall impression score. So at the moment, Timo is in first place.
Yeah, but what I can see here, Colin, looking in detail, is that first trick, kite loop back roll board off. Second trick, kite loop back roll board off. Third trick, another kite loop back roll board off. He's got to start working the different style of tricks here, which this man is doing very well, Luca Cerruti. That was a big one, lots of airtime there. So I'm counting at least 4 kite loop back roll board offs from Timo Boersma, but that makes sense. He was doing that to get the big scores up in order to advance to this stage of this. You don't want to go out third here, but that might have suited Luca, who was actually doing a few others. Maybe he was thinking, well, that's the real skill here. Can you be throwing a few in that score high and that will take you through this next part? Because Timo's now got to quickly, in 2 minutes, start to work different tricks and make sure they're of good quality.
Wow, look at that takeoff again from Timo. Unfortunately, not getting his move in this one. He just got thrown off balance or wasn't feeling in the right position in order to go for that mega loop, to commit. So then, there you go. He used to compete at the top level in short track and speed skating before his kiting career. And now he's showing what he can do here in the Red Bull King of the Air 2025. Super stoked to be in the event.
Yep. Very happy to be in. He will hope to see his way through to his third round 3 appearance. There he comes with a quick chat. Luca Cerruti with a caddy on the beach. That looked like a comfortable tap on the back. Keep doing what you're doing. He is currently on a 9-meter kite and in second place.
Luca Cerruti, of course, training together with his best friend Jason van der Spuy. And you can see that they reflect in their styles and in the fun they have. They make some dope vlogs. Definitely check them out on Instagram and on YouTube. And dive a bit deeper in their life. They're revealing some of the secret spots in and around Cape Town as well for kite surfing. So definitely something to watch. And of course, Jason van der Spuy super loops, and also Luca has got some incredible short line loops on their Instagram page as well. So definitely check that out.
Just over half a point separating these two at the moment with their 3 best tricks, but I think it will go Cerruti's way if it went to variation. Interesting statistic here, guys. Timo did win his first heat last year. He knows how that feels and can do it. But here's Cerruti, who seems to be tightening his grip perhaps on at least the variation score, but this is big.
And super long distance here by Timo Boersma. A nice boogie loop with a board spin.
Tidy landing, cold tidy.
Yeah. Or was it 2 back rotations?
All I know is it was a cold tidy landing.
A replay of that will be sweet because it was a banger.
Luca Cerruti needs a 7.37 in order to move into first place according to his top 3 tricks. As you said, it'll be interesting to see how the variety score plays in the final result. As you see with on the buzzer, Luca Cerruti, this time right foot forward.
Sealing the deal here, Luca Cerruti. If he lands this, will he? Oh,
No!
Board explosion.
Did I jinx that?
He needed that.
Well, let's see. Remember, it will be about variation.
Here's the highlights. Look at that style. Timo taking the board off from the fin whilst doing 2 front rotations and looping that kite. Here Luca is looping with his front hand, going for that dirty loop. Timo with a double front roll board spin. Nice. Oh, there's the board flip.
Oh, nice. Oh, this was an incredible display of big air kiteboarding. Timo really performing, you know, tops as far as height and horizontal distance is concerned, but this is overall big air. We want to crown an overall big air champ. But again, look at that iconic shot, bringing all of you from around the world right here to the most beautiful city of Cape Town.
I really think this, I'm just looking, I think it's going to change. I'm sure it's going to change. No, 4.19. It wasn't enough of a score from Luca, but it was close. He didn't quite get enough variation score to do it. So Timo, with his powerful height and riding, has taken it. A bit of an upset there for Luca Cerruti. Ruben, you must be proud of that as a Dutchman.
Of course, I'm very proud of Timo, and yeah, bummer for Luca. If he would have landed that last move, that would have upped his overall impression score. So congrats to Timo Boersma. I'm very excited to see what he does next, because he's got some bangers in his bag. And yeah, he just goes so vertical, and the judges love to see height. That's what it's all about, height and extremity, and Timo is just showing that, and super stoked.
The baseline got Luca there, actually. I'm seeing all these different tricks he's performed, but unfortunately not all of them were over 6.5.
Correct.
So that is why that we didn't get that big score there. So here we are in the studio here. It's getting hot in here now.
It is getting hot in here. Aircon will be bumping up, but the container is already shaking from the wind that's still filling in here. Again, a warm and windy welcome to the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air. We have just finished heat number 2 here, and we are moving straight into heat number 3. Again, Cape Town looming large in the background from the left-hand side. 3 podium finishes in a row, including a 2022 win for Lorenzo Casati from, we'll see the Spanish flag there. Sometimes he's representing Italy as well. Charles Burdell, rookie debut last year and back again on none other than a...
Yeah, he's riding a hydrofoil. He's riding a different board than any other competitor in the fleet. So very interesting strategy. It is the open division, so you can choose whatever gear you feel comfortable on and that you can perform best on. And Charles Burdell masters the hydrofoil. We will see that shortly. He can go very vertical and yeah, throw in some insane tricks in that. So a different discipline, but in this event, standing out for sure.
Yep. Jeremy Verlando, also a podium finisher from the year before, so great to see him back. He was supposed to compete last year, but he did not, so incredible to see him back. But this is going to be an incredible heat as we now quickly go to an interview with Timo on the beach. Take it away, Therese.
I see that big smile on your face, huh? You're so happy. What are you feeling right now?
I'm so happy. I just won the heat and I landed all the tricks I wanted. So very stoked.
What was your strategy out there? The first heat of the event, you know, building it up. Did you watch the other guys? What was your strategy?
My strategy was just to do the tricks that I wanted to do. Yeah, so I don't know. I just went out and did the list of tricks I wanted to. So yeah.
Perfect. Seems like you're super happy with your performance.
Very happy. Very happy.
Good luck for the next round. Let's go.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that energy coming from the beach. We saw an incredible opening maneuver there from Lorenzo Casati in the back, but bombing out an 8.4. 8.4, that is a mere 0.04 from his highest score from last year. He boasted the highest individual trick score last year, but now Charles Burdell needing a 2.1. So this, gents, this is an incredible heat lineup. Look at the foil rider from France.
Where did that kite go? But that kite was on its way down. We talk about kite angles and power a lot with Charles Burdell. As you can see that hydrofoil giving him lift out of the water like a magic carpet. Just as that angle cut, that kite was on its way level, Ruben.
100%. That was something I was worried about with Charles, but he showed that he can get the kite low as well. And here's Lorenzo Casati with his second move in this heat.
Lorenzo's had a great year, let's remind you. He knows what it takes to win here as well, and Jeremy Belando with his signature move here, double back roll, then going inverted, perhaps on the second one, with a board off and a kite loop as well. So we've got two of the big three in this heat, Lorenzo Casati and Jeremy Belando, the only riders to win any of the big air events in the last 19 months. Both of them are in here. We'll get onto our big five animals at some point, Reuben, will we?
Please, yeah.
Thank God.
We'll wait for it later. But Jeremy winning the Cold Air Hawaii this year over Lorenzo Casati. So these two were on the podium next to each other as we see Charles Megaloop late back roll with a board off on a foil board again, just to remind you, as he hovers and sticks the landing and stomps it. Charles taking second place next to Andrea Principi at the Red Bull qualifier event in Italy. So showing that he deserves a spot on the podium on the world's biggest stage of kiteboarding. But there in front of you, we see Lorenzo eyeing out a kicker. But now back to Jeremy Megaloop, late back roll, inverted front roll, board off.
We're going to have an interesting decision there from the judges. They tell us that if both riders take off, and you may have clearly saw that in that FPV shot, two riders were in the air at the same time there, and the judges, what they say to the riders, first off, if you get in the air first, we're looking at you. So they would have missed one of those riders' tricks there, Reuben. Could be crucial.
What a shame, yeah, but the judges can only judge one rider at a time, so they need to be aware of who jumps first. And that was a bit of a simultaneous jump. And here you can clearly see the different board that Charles is riding. It has that foil underneath, which is giving him some extra lift, and he's riding above the water.
He's happy.
And he is showing us that he's landing some solid moves.
Look at that on the wave. Do you know how hard that is?
That is tricky on a foil board, but he does seem to have an advantage here, gents, with right foot forward. He's had one of the most impressive maneuvers so far in right foot forward. Up in heat number 3. Again, just welcoming you again from around the world to what is an unbelievable matchup here for heat number 3. These are all three of these men have the possibilities of ending up on the podium with the talent that they possess.
And we can see the wind increase a little bit. I'm just looking at the wind game statistics here, coming right from the surf wrap. It's Lorenzo Casati's highest jump was 23.8 meters and 155 meter distance. And then Charles Riddell is right up there with 23.9. So you can see that foil is definitely giving him an advantage in these kind of conditions as well.
Again, a reminder that we are in the flag out sequence phase. So 8 minutes, top 2 tricks alone count. Oh, nice board flip there with a tornado. Megaloop on the way down, and a nice old nose grab just to show I'm in complete control of my landing, and he has the right to throw that hammer down.
Imagine just coming into your heat with an 8.4. You're like, okay, I got this. He is so incredibly good and definitely one of the favorites. And as well, Jeremy Belando. He's been up there. He's been winning events and also recovered from a gnarly injury. So it's great to see him back in full power and throwing down here for us at the Red Bull King of the Year 2025. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Trouble.
Yeah, making it look good and graceful.
He might be better off going back to the beach here. So lots of the riders have boards heavily downwind, so they don't have, but it doesn't look too good leaving a foil board in the zone for the others to land on. So I think that what they like here, the race directors and the judges, is for a rider to try and get that board out of the way, because you do not want to land on any board, let alone one with nearly a meter hydrofoil underneath it. But meanwhile, Jeremy Belando, huge call. That was a lovely angle of that Megaloop back roll. I think it was a double with that invert, the half cab invert as well, Colin. So Jeremy Belando, he's in third at the moment, but look how close it is.
It's very close, and Jeremy had the highest heat score in his round 1 back in 2023. So he's no stranger to performing well in round 1. But again, just a quick look at this beautiful beach setting, Kite Beach, an amphitheater, bringing you more of a football stadium atmosphere, as Jim Corn always used to say, to the world's most prestigious big air event. Look at it, there's a quick shot of Lorenzo Casati coming in right foot forward. Oh, Charles has gotten back to his board.
Wow, how did quick make
Wow, that was quick.
He can body drag upwind as far as he can ride. That's
foil.
Pretty amazing, because you can drag back to your boards if you lose them in our sport. But on board now then, with the 2022 Red Bull King of the Air champion, sets up with a back cross, a double, it's a dirty loop. This is huge, very technical maneuver to go with back rolls, then pulling the front hand. It's going to be a big scorer for me, Ruben. This could be well into the high sevens.
That's huge. And it's incredible to watch his younger brother, Leonardo Casati, also in this event. We've got him coming up later, and I'm looking forward to see what his little brother will come up with. Yeah. Because they ride and train together all day, every day. These guys are so devoted to the sport, and it's great to have them in the event together.
Yeah, and this is round one, so unfortunately, at the moment,
huge.
with a risk of, and then just to note for you viewers, at the moment the prediction is the risk for Jeremy
Massive
to fall.
traffic.
But if he had landed that, I don't think the risk would have been there anymore. But it did look like he had to negotiate Charles Bredel being just slightly, quite a bit downwind from him.
And you have to ask yourself, how much control does Charles Bredel on a hydrofoil? He can't suddenly just turn around. This is the first time we've actually
Oh, he
seen...
can. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have been enough time. Like, you can just send it and go the other way on a twin tip. So
No, it's a very good point.
for me,
Lewis.
that definitely got in his mind there. Jeremy Belando with an unbelievable move.
I cannot even jibe on a foil on flat water, let alone in these wavy conditions.
30 seconds left before one of these riders is flagged out. Jeremy was at risk, but let's see if he's got enough what it takes. But here we have Lorenzo Casati.
Wow.
Huge height, fully extending his body there on that board off.
This is why he's
And he lands
front of the
Lorenzo.
wave.
How often do you see landing in front of the wave, Chance? That's how much horizontal distance he covered.
That's very true.
Wow.
That kite was
Wow.
popped. And that
Wow.
kite really stalled out, you know, in a good way. He had so much power in it. That was a nice one.
That's in the eights again for
Definitely.
sure.
I
Here,
think
Jeremy
it's-
Berlando with a double, triple, quadruple.
J-Bo!
On the buzzer, is this going to be enough to overtake Bredel?
It could be.
It could be.
It could be.
Let's check it. We've got a minute pause now.
What a great heat. This was the heat that we flagged when we looked at heat. Round number one. We were like, oh, this is a big one. Remember, Lorenzo Casati
Ooh, I
trying,
think J-Bo did it. Let's see.
about to come in.
Their two highest scoring
Alright.
tricks.
Quick replay here of a dirty loop. Double back roll board of, look at that, fully extending the board away from his body, showing complete control at the apex of the jump. And like I said, in front of the wave, that's just how much distance he covered. Oh, look at J-Bo snaking into the top two in literally the dying seconds. Unbelievable from our 2023 podium finisher.
Unfortunately for Charles Bredel,
Wow.
he just got flagged out in his first heat, so he will get another chance in round number 2 on his hydrofoil, taking on the best big air superstars on their twin tips.
But we're back into it though, just like that. The last 4 minutes now to decide which of these two will advance straight through, and they've had another score. Another score should be brought into this for now, but it's going for on the inside now, right foot forwards. They're starting to just try and work the tricks for it. It's got to be over a 6.5 this for it to be worth it. Was it, Ruben Lenton?
I don't think so. It was a trick to the inside. It wasn't as high. The kite angle wasn't as good, because the lower you put your kite, the more extreme a trick is, because it takes more time for the kite to catch you. So that's what the judges really like to see. Of course, amplitude in combination with that extremity, really putting the kite low, and then of course putting in that technical maneuver.
So this is where the real, mindset, the riders that are intelligent competitive riders will advance here. They'll be thinking, 3 minutes left here, both of these. Which tricks have I not done yet? Which ones do I know I can get high scores in? I've got to try and get those extra 7 points. You know, they've both got 3 good tricks. You're going to get scored your best 3 tricks, all 10 points each. That's your 30 points covered. The last extra 10, you've confused yet, Ruben?
Sorry, I was spacing out on something else here, figuring out.
They've got to show variation, that's the bottom line. So they've got to start performing, coming back to the beach. Jeremy Belando's surely not going to trick there, or he'd be inside the commentary booth. So left foot forward, looking for that ramp now is Lorenzo Casati, but to me his body language suggests he wasn't interested. And there is the black flag. Oh no, here we go, acceleration there, no.
I think it is pretty safe to say that Lorenzo Casati is really in the zone these days. He knows exactly what to do in competition, and he is mastering so many tricks. And this is how Jeremy Berlando answers again with that half cap in that front roll, going inverted and so steezy with a clean landing. But was it high and extreme enough to better his scores that are already on the board?
It might better his scores, but I don't think it's going to benefit, benefit Lorenzo's, in the sense of being able to overtake him, as we have less than 2 minutes left to see who can make it straight through to round number 3.
Lorenzo's in control of this one at the moment for me, because not only has he got a higher score amongst his 3 best tricks, he's got much more variation. When I look at Jeremy Belando, he's got 5 tricks and 2 or 3 of them are the same. So
rewind.
And another.
Yeah, wow,
No,
double
a
rewind.
Double
A
rewind.
what?
Yeah.
A 3-wind.
Oh wow, incredible there from Lorenzo, but Lorenzo just has been on fire throughout the entire year. Winning 30, we're being on the podium 5 times out of 6 events with this man, so it's incredible to see what he's been doing.
So yeah, what that rewind is all about is most of the times when the riders take off, their rotation is initiated from the takeoff. But we just saw that Lorenzo was spinning in the back roll going up and then stopping his rotation and then going forward. So rewinding the rotation that he was doing before and then again.
A great way to think about it is you're driving around a roundabout, then you just decide I'm going to go around the other way.
Yeah, from an English to a Dutch roundabout, mate.
Yeah, we would not advise that on most roads, but it's a great illustration nonetheless. As you see there, the drone footage with Jabo in front of us. Jeremy Berlando, snaking it into the remainder 4 minutes of this iconic flag out sequence that we have here at the 2025 Red Bull King of the Year has become famous and a much welcomed part format with this event. As we see Jeremy again spots a kicker, throws the kite back. Good height. He needs a good horizontal kite angle on this, I think, to just add a little bit more. Good control on the way down.
But what was it? What move was that, guys? Is it a move he's done already?
Triple front roll. I
yeah.
think it won't add to his variety score because he had done it. Oh, no way. We see a sneaky S-loop, and the S-loop is where you do. And a blind landing.
Look at that.
He's got that. Is that what he was talking about? He said he's got some moves.
He said he wanted to do some new things. His younger brother, Leonardo, is hoping to do the same. So that was a nice little piece of injective, just some variety. Look at that landing right at the bottom there, just as he landed, flipping his body all the way around. Oh, Lorenzo Casati, our 2022 winner and podium finisher since then.
What a control. Here we go into the highlights from this previous heat with Lorenzo Casati, and this was his last move. That was an S-loop.
Watch the landing on the way down. Flips it right around.
To wrap.
Oh, to wrap position. Brilliant.
So, yeah,
brilliant.
I think that will seal the deal for him for sure in terms of impression score, because also the S-loop is counting towards his variety score.
Correct. Not the most aggressive S-loop, but a great, again, variety. Like you said, that's just brilliant, Ruben. Just going to keep the scoreboard ticking. No surprise here, though.
Variety.
Wow. Look. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to the scores on the lower side of your screen. Lorenzo Casati with a 9.63 overall impression score.
He's almost broken the impression score.
It looks like he cracked the code on that impression score. Like he was jumping on the way out, doing the dirty loop with the front hand, the mega loop with the back hand, throwing in front rotations, back rotations, but also jumping towards the way in, like towards the beach.
Correct.
And the AI impression score robot almost at the end couldn't handle it. You know, that he's definitely, for one thing, left a lasting impression on that impression score.
Oh, excuse the pun. Brilliant. I'll take that one.
Hats off to you, Lewis. Nice one. I hope you are enjoying this as much as we are. We are absolutely frothing on the action that we are seeing live here in Cape Town for the Red Bull King of the Year 2025. Yeah. You're here with me, Ruben Lenton, and of course here with Lewis Crathern and Colin Hackroot, bringing you all the heat and info from the Red Bull King of the Year action.
So Ruben, what a heat we just saw there. That was action-packed, but Lorenzo, to be honest, just in another class by himself, a 9.62 overall impression score. So there he is on the front, a very animated rider with already a dominating performance in the year behind him. He's hungry. He's talked about, as Therese said, he's hoping to complete the big three. GKA World Champion, Mega Loop winner as well over Andrea Principi and Cohen van Dijk, and now for another second title.
He done the qualifier as well in Tarifa. It wasn't like he held back this year. It's just been absolute domination. But we are in a place where Andrea Principi reigns around here.
That's true.
I wonder. But we are round one, heat number 4. Cohen van Dijk. He's in one of our big 5. We'll get to that soon. Josh Gillett as well from South Africa. That rider has got some powers. Chatting to him, he's really confident in a good place. And Elliot Bouton making his way into the event from France for the first time. Here goes the drone, lining up another low pass. I wonder if they'll go lower this time.
And that's it, right out of the gate. Josh Gillett, unfortunately, not really getting the takeoff he was hoping for, but still making some maneuver out of this.
Desperately trying to raise this above a 6.5, just in case he gets to the later stages. of
And,
this heat.
Well, that was great improvisation on the loop there, Ruben. I must say, it didn't have a perfect takeoff, but it was still somewhat of an aggressive loop, considering the takeoff.
He still made the most of it, and that's what it's all about, making the most of the circumstances that you have, even if...
Oh, no, it's a Ruben Lenton.
That's my move.
It's a Ruben Lenton.
Somebody, plagiarism is at work here.
Hey, that's my move.
Overall incrussion score.
Incrussion.
Nice. But Josh Gillett, speaking of crashes, earlier this year we also had the Red Bull Megaloop in the Netherlands, and Josh Gillett had a wipeout. That was insane. And here again you see why he is in this fleet competing with the world's best.
Wow, that was phenomenal. Look at how far the camera has to zoom to catch up with him. Brilliant work there from Josh. He's not put off by crashes or by the risks involved.
Is that
in this
Namibia in the
discipline.
background? Sorry, Collins.
Oh, wow. Josh Gillett taking it to the bank, but well done there from him. So we'll see the scores dropping one by one. But we have an interview standing by with Lorenzo Therese. Take it away.
You had one of the best years in your entire career. What would it mean to you to win this one?
I mean, for me, winning the first heat is amazing because it was a super hard one against Jeremy and Charles. And I know I needed to go full send from the beginning. It's been an amazing year. We're here in Cape Town, the Red Bull King of the Air for the last event. So, yeah, super stoked to start strong, you know?
Yeah, what did you feel when you saw that first heat and you were up against those guys?
Well, I mean, I know Jeremy, Charles, I see Cape Town, they were going huge. So I know if I wanted to advance, I needed to go full send straight. What I did, so super stoked.
The condition looks absolutely insane. What is your strategy for the next heat?
I mean, keep riding like this, try to go even bigger. If the wind pick up, for me it's even better, and try to reach the moon, you know?
And go for the trilogy.
Yeah, get the trilogy done, guys. Yeah.
Oh, wow, Lorenzo Casati bringing the energy, bringing us the best tricks in the world in big air kite surfing. You are witnessing this right from your home, from the comfort of your home, or wherever else you are watching Red Bull TV. And this is Josh Gillett in the black lycra riding his F1 kite, taking on Dutchie Cohen van Dijk, who is known as a powerhouse.
Yep, he is. So this rider here, Elliot Bouton, cool, he's getting warmed up now. That's really stylish here in the front roll. Very inverted with the board off as well. Nice and controlled. That's a nice move for him, Ruben, with all that pressure on him for that first heat of his life here. That was a nice to see. They'll be happy back home in France.
It will give him a good score, and it will definitely build his confidence to even bust out sicker tricks as the heat continues, because he needs 2 high-scoring tricks before he gets flagged out. So Elliot Bouton is upping his confidence, and yeah, I think in a good position to maybe even edge out Cohen van Dijk.
That'll be something for the books. He'll be stoked if he could do that. But Elliot has risen to the podium this year with a 3rd place finish at the Red Bull qualifier in Italy behind Andrea Principi and Charles Burdell. So he's tasted a podium finish, and he'd be super hungry for more. That would have boosted his confidence to say, I can be up here on the stage with the biggest names in this sport. As we see Josh.
No,
my bad. Cohen, who's had a bit of a slow start.
Well, he's got some airtime here, though. He's found a gust there. Lovely control. Really well timed for Cohen van Dijk. The time just flies away as Josh Gillett now looking to improve his 5.90 to try and just make sure he's safe from going out. But back to Cohen van Dijk. He is one of the big name riders for a reason here. Seeded 6th here in this competition. He's been on the podium twice this year in 2025 at Tarifa qualifiers and the Mega Loop, of course. He's a familiar name now up there, and that is why we've got him in our top 5. We'll go on to talk a bit more about that later, and that's just put him in the lead on the mark there. But this one's still quite close. We're yet to see a level up from Elliot Bouton, and I think he's going to have to start leveling up now.
Well, Josh Gillett and Cohen van Dijk, a mere 0.01 separating those 2 riders for a 1st place finish, as we have under 3.5 minutes left before the first rider is flagged out in heat number 4. But Cohen van Dijk also in a strong position, as you say, building up to this event. One of 3 riders, Cohen, who's currently on a 9-meter kite, one of 3 riders who qualified for this year's event with a podium position on the qualifying tours. So most of the guys came in through video entries, plus the top 3 finishes from last year, and 3 video and 3 podium finishes on the qualifying events, and he got that from Tarifo, finishing behind Lorenzo. Lorenzo had already pre-qualified from a podium finish, and so his second place finish punched him a ticket to the biggest stage in kiteboarding.
That's a nice way to get in without having to make a video. So many videos made all around the world now. It's really tough to get in this event, as we see a nice move out the court. A lovely reaction to that one. Last, that 180 was just timed perfectly. Van Dijk, CVD? We call him CVDs?
What is the Big C?
CVD? Big C.
Big C, that's Koen van Dijk.
Koen also with a third place finish at the Mega Loop event. So he knows what it's like to be up there. As we see Elliot just struggling a little bit further.
Oh, he's tried to get on that. He tried to sneak on that board, I'm telling you. That could risky one for the arm there. With the shoulder, that could have really hurt.
Nice body drag straight back onto the board, but
yeah, was it risky?
It's risk versus reward. You have to take your gambles and decide if you're gonna hold on to that board or lose some time by dropping it.
But there we go again, Josh. Oh, look at that kite just pumped with a bit of a gust there. Is he going to get up? No, he just looked for me like he had too many uncontrolled rotations on the way down to stick that landing. A lot of rotations, Ruben, does look impressive, but sometimes it can give away a lack of control. Is that correct?
That is correct, and I also think it affects the kite angle. You see the guys doing the tornado, like a lot of rotation, but it just affects like how low they loop their kite, and I think that's a bit of a shame. And I get dizzy after 3, then I cannot count. Was it 4 or maybe 5? And then I just get a bit lost. But
imagine being a judge.
I'm sure it feels very good. That's why all these riders are doing it. All these tricks are just feeling so incredible, and that's addictive.
At the moment, Elliot definitely at risk for being flagged out. But there we see Kohan again, nice inverted mega loop. That was a nice horizontal kite angle. He's coming down with a lot of speed.
Slam time.
Dang, and this kite, managing to rescue his kite just before it went down. Great kite control, but that trick will not count. You've got to ride out cleanly. A little bit of a butt check is allowed. Oh man, again, a warm welcome to all of you from around the world to the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air, heat number 4 in round 1. This is a flag out heat, no eliminations yet. All of these riders will ride again, at very least from round number 2. But strap in, as we saw earlier there, the wind forecast showing that we've hit gusts, gents, of 40 knots.
Stepping it up then is Vuitton, as the wind is going to pick up. He needed that. 30 seconds remain here, 6:24 local time with the Cape Town City in the background. Welcome to you for joining us here as we go through round 1. We are in heat number 4 as Josh Gillett looks for a double back.
Wow.
Oh, a triple.
Wow.
He just let go of the board. That will be, he might struggle now getting back to that, for if he continues in this heat, will he get the board or will he just go back? He's angry. He's smacking the water there.
It looked like he was going to go for that half cap, but then he pulled on his bar a little bit too much and just threw him off balance to complete that maneuver. That is flag out time.
Needs this to blind stand a chance in this one, and he just can't get it. So Vuitton looks like he's going to cut. But the interesting thing is here is there's 45 seconds break until the other two will go at it. But I can't see Josh Gillett getting anywhere near his board in the next 2 minutes. That was a long distance downwind that he went. So will he come back to the beach to get a spare board? Ruben, what do you think? Yes or no answer, please?
No.
Colin?
Yes, I think he will come back in. He can always grab another board to go and fetch that board.
He's
that is
coming back
lying in the water.
Here he goes in the background. Why didn't he just take Elliot's?
I think sometimes it's quicker to do a quick drag in, use another board to go and collect your second board that's out on the water.
So
that is a strategy that I would have resorted to. But Ruben, you've been out there a little bit more than I have as far as this event is concerned. So maybe you're right. This is Elliot that we're looking at here, not Josh.
Elliot Vuitton got booted on. He got straight into round 2. Nice riding and upping his confidence and getting ready for the next round. So now we continue with Koen van Dijk taking on Josh Gillett.
Will he get rid of his board? Colin, you made a good point. Frowned upon to leave your board in there. Can he even find it, or will he just mug it off?
With the haze, and we got great kickers rolling in as well, but let's say 3-foot swells coming in. There's a bit of cross chop that they have to negotiate too. But in that instance, it might be difficult to sometimes actually see your board. So when you get a second board, it's you're able to ride, and so you've got the head height now that gives you a better vantage point of where your board actually is. But there's a great example. Josh Gillett from South Africa, currently on a total of 19.84. He has survived a flag out. So that's a great start for the South African up against a very, very well experienced Koen van Dijk. So yeah, we have just over 3 minutes with Cohen on the inside, right foot forward with a contra loop, nice tail grab on the way down.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle of who can get some variation up here, because both of these riders only had 3 tricks before they start at the second part of this heat, and they're very close on scores, barely a point separating them, so they're going to desperately try and work a lot of the other categories, but they can't be half-assed tricks. They've got to be over 6.5.
Oh, will it close on him? No, perfect takeoff here from Cohen van Dijk. With a double, triple back roll board off, quadruple back roll. Oh,
no. That's
Onto
an
his
example
back.
where the multiple rotations is not always to your advantage. He needed to negotiate that, keep himself in a stable body position to ensure a landing. It's no use you putting in multiple rotations and not sticking it. So this is close to just over 2 minutes left. But Lewis, looking at all the scores that we've had so far, with quick action, yeah, just quick. He does. Come on, Josh. Yep, you'll stick it right foot forward.
I don't know what happened.
He got it.
Quickly back to the scores,
it.
Lewis. It looks like this heat has had a bit of a slower start compared to the other heats.
Yeah, definitely. They were really focusing on just getting through the heat. Maybe the winds change. I don't know. We are at that sort of time where maybe they took 9s and the winds come up. I don't know. But both of these have got to hammer time this now if they're going to get through. They've got to stay calm. As we see. Cohen van Dijk, has he had a front roll kite loop already? This will be interesting.
Triple front roll board off kite loop here for Cohen van Dijk, sticking it clean.
So he's already got one of those though on his board. I can see that was his second trick. It was a 7.6 kite loop front roll board off. So
at the same time though, Lewis, he could potentially throw away the 6.38 as well. It's important to remember that as well, that it might not better his variation score, but it will definitely benefit his top 3.
That was a kite loop front roll, right?
It's in the 7s.
Yeah, but it was a 7.6 already. That's why.
But now he's still got a 7.04 for it.
Yeah. So you got a 7 point. So for the same trick. So that means his top 3 tricks has now put him in a better advantage.
Yeah.
He is now with just over a minute left. Now he can start focusing on the variety factor because he's got those top 3 high maneuvers. So very strategic. A lot of strategy and planning involved for these riders as we see. Joshua needs to land this. I just see too much spinning and rotation.
He just lost lift in that one.
Could have been a drop in the gust. We have seen it that these spots can provide pockets of wind, but again, that's all part of experience that you got to negotiate.
I reckon that was a hard one.
And to up the variety score, I wonder how many riders will truly unhook. Sorry there, Lewis.
All right, no, I'm just watching him there. I think he took a hit there.
A bit of a caner, you mean?
Yeah, a bit of a Harry Kane.
I don't know how tough that guy is by now after the year that he's had.
Yeah, he has. He didn't, he was unbelievable at Lords of Tram. He got to the semi-finals before that absolute
knocked himself
caner he
out
took,
cold.
but he's bounced back from there. He's trained, he's been up for it, but we think that Cohen van Dijk, CVD, you can have that for free, that one, Ruben, CVD.
I don't need it, man. I don't like it. I just call him Big C because he always goes big. Even in the, you weren't thinking he was going big, but he just goes so vertical on his new Nord kite with that beautiful Red Bull branding in there.
A landing as well, that was Ruben, right on the buzzer.
So controlled. So yeah, big up to Big C and Josh Gillett for putting down some good heats, some nice scores. But only one can go through straight to round 3, and will it be Cohen van Dijk, who is currently in the lead? We're just waiting for the overall impression score to come in.
Listen, I was very impressed with Josh's performance here, gents. I think he can...
You're biased, you're South African.
Absolutely, man, but very impressed considering the crashes that he's had throughout the year, knocking himself cold at Tram. But Cohen stepping it up. So Cohen just showing why he's been on the podium multiple times this year at the Mega Loop event and at the Red Bull Tarifa, punching his ticket.
100%.
Finishing second place behind Lorenzo. So Cohen, I think, as far as hunger for the podium is concerned, arguably the highest, with the 18 open division riders. But there we see Cohen van Dijk.
And this just shows you how impressive the overall impression score from Lorenzo was in the previous heat.
Yeah.
Cohen van Dijk only scoring half of that with a 4.24. And an overall heat score of 25 is not ideal, but he made it through. So congrats, Cohen, and good luck in the second round, Josh Gillett.
And maybe Cohen looked at the situation and just thought, you know what, I can see that the other riders haven't done a load of different tricks here. This is just the
aware of their watches on their wrist as well as their caddies, feeding them any additional needed information on the beach. So like you said, it is also clever strategies to hold back that energy a bit, save it for the next round. You don't want to risk injury at this point. We know injuries is part of the game, is what these guys put their bodies on the line for your pleasure and entertainment from the comfort of your homes. Hopefully, if you're not here down on the beach, get down here. But again, a warm and windy welcome to all of you from around the globe. We have just finished heat number 4. But yeah, Ruben, comments on that.
Well, I mean, we are well on the way here with round number 1, and in the next heat we're gonna have some big ups as well, because
another animal.
We got 2 Dutchies, of course, always training together. We got Stijn Mul from the Netherlands, from the SpaceX crew and the Wind Games crew. And then Giel Vlucht, of course, Double G, the boyfriend from Sauerhoekenraad. What a great support them for each other. So it's lovely to see. And then Shahar Tsabari taking on these 2 Dutchies, and this talent is out of this world as well. Really deserves to be in the Red Bull King of the Air, amongst the best in the world. And let's see who's going to take it away.
I know what you're all thinking, you women out there. He's 30, just the boyfriend. Come on, when is it going to get more serious? We've all been there, haven't
It's
we?
close,
Well,
close. We have our very own dear Therese, who just got engaged. So congrats to her. Well done, Therese. So exciting news. So yeah, it could be around the corner. But Stijn Mul making it to the semi-finals last year, so he'll be hoping to better that performance one more step forward, which will put him on the podium. So a serious contender with multiple podium finishes throughout the year too. So strong contender.
Definitely in our top 5 at the moment for form, and it's not him who we see here, it's Zahar. There's Stino in the background though, going for a classic doobie, probably goes into a 3rd as well. But back to Stino, he's had some unbelievable results this year. Finals at Lords of Tram and Tarifa and Cold
There
Hawaii.
goes Double G with a nice level Megaloop laid back roll board off.
Very aggressive kite angle there from the Viking.
There,
that was
it?
just his kite like almost stalled for a second there. We don't want to see a repeat of his Megaloop event crash.
Oh, that was gnarly.
That was bad. That was really bad. But again, he bounced back. He didn't make it through that heat against Cohen van Dijk, but he did really well to bounce back from what was a bit of a rattler, if we could call it that.
That was definitely a hurricane.
It is definitely part of the game, these crashes, and sometimes what looks actually sickest is when things go out of control and they save it, but the judges are actually looking for control.
Yeah.
This is a very important thing, and clean landings. Like, you can do the sickest trick, but if you're butt check, you get some points deducted, and if you crash, it doesn't score at all. And Stino is finding a big kicker out the back there and taking off on this beautiful Haarlem kite with the beautiful colors.
He was searching, wasn't he? We could see that wave pulsating and bumping up as the waves look like they're getting a bit messier now. So here goes Zahar. He's going to line up lovely here with a double back roll. Megaloop. It looked like he's gone into at least a tornado of 4 or 5 maybe rotations. Oh, he blows it out. He blew it out.
No, the rookie. That was going to be a stomper.
Giel Vlucht straight off that kicker right in front of the spectators and the judges in a double front roll board off and landing that. Not clean.
Not clean. No. Again,
not at all.
These rotations at the moment are not working in the favor of some of these riders.
Is it gusty? I mean, look to me, I'm thinking wind's picked up here, they're going higher, but then I'm seeing Giel's kite just fall back into the window there. Maybe it's gusty at the moment.
Well, Zahar, it looked like he needed to get an additional rotation for the landing, tried to stop it, and then clip that edge right at the bottom. And see, again, just that confusion of like, do I rotate again? Do I hold it? That's why it's sometimes good just to keep the rotations down. But this is incredible stuff here in heat number 5. But Therese, you have another interview for us down the beach. Take it away.
Cohen, what a year it has been for you. Red Bull rider, Megaloop finalist. What is next?
Well, obviously this final, but it's gonna be a tough one, that's for sure. This heat was tough as well. I couldn't find any kickers. Like, I was practicing upwind and I found all the kickers. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then going into into this heat, I just didn't have any kickers.
Somehow you did an amazing job. How have you prepared mentally and physically for this event?
Well, me and my caddy, we've been doing heat. So basically, we're doing exactly what I'm doing here. So it's all in my head. I just have to perform and get the kicker.
Which energy are you bringing into the next round?
Everything.
Big up to Cohen van Dijk, who is obviously super stoked on his win, advancing him straight to round number 3. And showing what he's made of. But in this heat, Giel Vlucht, Shahar Tsabari and Stijn Mul battling it out to stay in the event or stay in this round and advance straight to round number 3.
From the fin then, going for a double front roll, getting very inverted on that one, Stino. I can't wait to see the heights he's going there. as we go straight into a tornado from Sahar. Sahar has really got our attention here, I think, guys, because he's keeping up with the other two. They're big names in the sport, but he's going high enough. Look, you can see that now. He's like in the mix a little bit here. He's scoring good scores. You know, he's got a great chance here if he can push it a bit more.
I really like his style. If I look at his style from his videos and social media accounts, he has a really smooth style. So he just needs to adapt, I think, a little bit more to the kite beach conditions unique to Tarifa, Lookout, and these other locations. So if he can adapt, that smoothness is going to take him far.
He's got very vertical takeoffs on that XR Pro from Core that also Giel Vlucht is riding here.
Was that a rewind? I think it was from Hill. Let's give you an idea. Kite size 9, great timing to tell you about what we think the wind is like. He's on a 9-meter hill, bigger. I think maybe Stino might be on an 8. I'm not sure. Maybe they're all on 9s. Between 8 and 9s, around 30 to 35 knots here in Cape Town at the home of big air kiteboarding. This is round 1, and we're already having to say to ourselves, guys, this is going crazy. We're going to have to calm it down here. Like, we can't. The excitement is just unreal. We've had the women, of course, for their first round. That was brilliant. So lots to come here at the Red Bull King of the Air 2025. But we are almost 7 p.m. down here.
Let's talk about these conditions for a second, because it has been a phenomenal pre-season here in Cape Town. As October hits, the wind has been pumping, the waves have been rolling in. The athletes have been training for hours on end on these beautiful waves here in Cape Town.
Oh, Stino, double inverted front roll, mega loop, grabbing the board by the nose.
So smooth.
Oh, that was smooth. That's going to score very big. He had a nice kite angle as well. Ruben, I know you appreciate those kite angles, nice and vertical and horizontal.
Yeah, there Shahar goes again, vertical takeoff, not super high, but a nicely controlled board off from the fin with those double forward rotations. Really diving forward, diving over it into almost like a front flip.
That's incredible. I mean, and guys, just to remind you, Shahar is only 17 years of age, up against what are considered pretty much veterans here. Giel Vlucht, the oldest competitor in the open divisions at 30 years of age, heading out with left foot forward. He's spotted something. He's building up speed. Oh, is he going to... Oh, look at that. The ocean just goes flat on him as he now hits the brakes to come back in. For you know, that's very important. Timing out there. He wanted that kick in the front, but again, just too much bump. Not going to get the grip for the right jump.
The best riders seem to always find the ways. Just going back to that 30 years of age, 13 years ago, he'd have been 17 when we started off here in Cape Town. A big thanks to the City of Cape Town, one of our sponsors, bringing us back for so long and really cementing this place as one of the best big air spots in the world. And also massive thanks to Subaru helping us out here, and Good Hope FM on board producing this event. As a little bit of a strange lull comes through the event site. All the riders not really feeling the waves there. He looks a bit underpowered there. Hill maybe.
I mean, these are the riders that really shine when the wind gets nuking. And the wind has been a little bit shady today, a little bit weird. Like, it got us playing the waiting game for quite some time. Normally we have that thick tablecloth sitting over the Table Mountain, but now it's a bit of a hazy, cloudy sky with high clouds, and it's kind of messing with the wind, I guess. But the riders are still making the most of it.
Shahar, if he can just get the maneuver a little bit cleaner in terms of just a little bit higher before he lands.
Guys, look at these scores. Less than a minute left, and there's barely 0.20 separating these riders. It's stress time. I am going to get adrenaline up now. Ruben, what's going on?
Stino with a double back roll and that classic board off from the fin. It looks so stylish. And Stino
he crashed it.
Didn't ride away from it.
That was
controlled.
a crash. But at the moment, you can see that Giel definitely has the highest jump, 25.1 meters, as he goes yanking with that front hand, dirty loop. Board off and landing it cleanly, less than 30 seconds before one of these riders is flagged out. This is very tight, a very impressive display of big air kiteboarding here, especially from Shahar on his rookie debut.
It's so tight, it's probably time to tell you. If there was a tie, it would fall back to the person with the highest individual trick score. But right now, at risk of going, this would be devastating if he went out by a point, what would that be, 0.010? 0.10, I apologise.
After the buzzer.
He wanted it, but then, for you viewers, you can hear the hooter did go, so that trick will not count. But nonetheless, it'll provide entertainment for the crowd, who will no doubt appreciate the talent of this youngster, seeing his way into his first King of the Air. Man, I can almost hear his family and friends from Turit clapping and supporting him.
Look at that highest, look at that highest jump from Giel. Like, I think that is the highest jump that we've seen so far, 25.1 meters. Absolutely incredible, with a distance of 83 meters. for Giel Vlucht there. So
That is some great data and statistics there. Not quite as
look
long.
at that. We have Stino overtaking Giel at the last second there.
0.02
But
now
that-
separating those two guys. But as you rightly say, Ruben, overtaking each other in positions. Zahar unfortunately flagged out, but he can fight his way back. There's a good shot, Ruben.
100%. So Shahar's yellow flag unfortunately came down, but we have Stino and Giel take it away for the next 8 minutes. Let's see who can put 3 highest scoring tricks on the board and impress the judges with their overall impression score by having that variety in their heat.
So as you say, Ruben, now the variety score comes into play with 4 minutes left to see which of these two can make it straight through to round number 3.
It's all about reading the playground, navigating the waves, and really maintaining your speed until your takeoff point, and then jump as high into the sky by building up as much tension between you and the kite and really jumping vertically into the wind. That's what you want to try and do.
So as much vertical distance and as much horizontal distance will be the wow factors that the judges are looking for. We have very experienced judges here at the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air, headed up by our head judge Chris Bull, who explained earlier about the variety score. We'll keep reminding you about the variety score because it's playing a big part, as Lorenzo showed us the difference in just how high that score can be, giving the power back to the riders. But a quick replay here on the inside with Stino, mega loop, late back roll, board off, and a nice little nose grab. Right foot forward this time, Ruben.
That's correct, and it is playing a big role, 25% to be exact of your overall score. And that's why Stino was jumping towards the beach as well. And this is what Giel is doing because it matters. It matters for the variety score if you can jump both ways, rotate both ways, loop both ways, even unhook. That's what the judges, they're looking for, the most complete big air rider. And that's the rider who will triumph here at the Red Bull King of the Air 2025. Beautifully hit kicker here by Stino.
Oh, inverted front roll. Come on, stick it. Oh, nicely
I
done
love those
there.
full speed clean landings. It's so amazing.
That is cool, and it looks so good from the drone footage. So again, hats off to the crew for bringing you live this incredible event. Checking out his watch. Was he checking his score? Was he checking time left in the heat? Judging by how quickly he looked at it, I suspect he was looking at time left in the heat.
100%. A quick look at your smartwatch with the Wind Games app and the Surfer app will give you all the data you need for these competitors to decide what's next for them. It will tell them how much time is left, where they are at their scoreboards, and what strategy they can best go ahead with.
Based on that result, so that is a first that we are two firsts, basically, ladies and gentlemen, two major firsts that we are seeing at the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air. The watches that they have on their wrist, giving them immediate live feedback on position, scores, and your time in the heat, as well as a new format to the overall impression score. So yes, it is important for the variety. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Different rotations, different types of, positioning with the boarders, inverting, but a variety with a score that has to be above 6.5. Let's not forget about that. The trick has to be above 6.5 points in order to count as one of the 7 scores needed for your variety score. Great vertical takeoff here from Stino. Mega loop, late back roll, board off there via the nose.
Smooth. I don't know if he even uses his handle. He just loves it from the fin.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know. Yeah.
Nice.
Someone get him a handle.
Handles are for doors.
Right foot forward from Stino on his Harlem kite. Semi-final finish for him last year. So he'll be hoping to better that. As you see a quick replay here of Giel coming in right foot forward.
Doobie
Nice.
loop.
Yeah, doobie loop.
You
with a nice-
actually invented that, Lewis.
What a name.
Tell us more. Doobie loop. Love it.
Well, why don't you tell me about the boogie loop first and we'll go from there.
All right, so I have been inventing big air tricks as of 2006, or maybe 2005, I should say. I invented the mega loop, which is a straight jump and looping the kite as big as you can possibly go. And then Giel Vlucht invented the double loop. But in between, I've been adding rotations to the mega loop as well. So the forward rotation, I called it the boogie loop. And then Lewis doubled me with an extra rotation. So 2 forward rotations and a mega loop is called a
doobie loop. It seemed like the most logical way to go. And Giel on the buzzer lands a big one, the mega loop delayed roll. He knew this was close while we were busy telling you about all that stuff. He threw some nice moves in that Giel Vlucht, stalling the kite down there. I can tell you this one's going to go down to the variation score because there was barely anything separating them.
Giel Vlucht, I love his style, and he definitely likes a little bit of more wind, but he did his best to put some epic scores on the trick, on the board.
this was an incredible display of Big Air Cowboy. Jahar also doing well, unfortunately flagged up, but that was an incredible one from Steno with a nice, as you said, Ruben, those nice vertical, straight and speed-filled landing. The judges did say they want to see landings with speed, but we saw the closest of margins in this heat throughout the heat. Normally we only see close margins already at the end. This was just
going to be
tit
close.
for tat, point, like less than a point for the majority of the heat.
And variation-wise, I mean, I can only remember Hill. I didn't see Hill coming in more than Steno, but that is a devastating one for Steno. That is very close with Hill taking the win then with 25.57. He will skip round 2. He'll get to rest and chill out for quite some time now. As Steinmar will have to think about this one tonight. 24.25. He will go into the second round along with Zahar Talbri, of course.
I wonder why these guys are not unhooking. The wind isn't super nuking, and this is just the perfect conditions to add to your variety score by simply doing a handle pass. Like, the judges love it. And yeah, I think it could be a good way to up the variety score.
I think so, Ruben, because we saw earlier the windsock that was put in the lower right-hand side of your screen showed 40 knots, and we now had it at 38 knots. So that indicates just a slight drop, 2 knots, not a lot, but maybe, like you said, to put you within the comfort zone for the handle pass. So the handle pass most certainly will be a big addition to the variety score.
And also, it is magic hour. It is mid-tide, going low tide. And these riders will have to make the most of the conditions that they are given now to perform their best big air moves. Who have we got, Lewis, in heat number 6, round 1?
Round 1, heat number 6, of course, we've got the Lion, Andrea Principi. Of course, he is going for that 3 in a row. No one's ever done it. Kevin Lagrave, of course, winning 3 in plenty of time, but 3 in a row for Andrea Principi. Can he do it? He's going for that, the current champion. Parker Sage from the United States is here in the black rash vest, and Leonardo Casati, the brother of Lorenzo, the one that we just don't know what he's going to come up with. He is an unbelievable rider and is definitely going to be, will he challenge for the Big 5 position? I think he's going to be a name that suddenly gets into the Big 5. He's so talented. You see them out riding together. Has there been brothers here before?
I don't think so, not at the same time.
Apart from you and me, Ruben.
I don't think so, not at the same time. So Leonardo Casati, ladies and gentlemen, a reminder, is our youngest competitor in the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air at just 16 years of age. But he's had a podium finish this year, finishing in 3rd place at Lords of Tram with only 0.3 points separating him from his older brother Lorenzo. So
they competed against each other before in events.
They have competed against each other, and Leonardo said, listen, I may be younger, but I'm here to throw down the hammer. And there we go. 8 minutes or less before our first rider is flagged out, and there in the front in what looks like, on the black vest, looks like Parker Sage. No, that looks like Andrea Principi, but Therese is standing by again with us with an interview with Giel Vlug. Therese, take it away.
Now, Giel, I just have a feeling that there's something big waiting for you. Do you feel the same?
I feel it. Finally, this year, first time in 5 King of the Airs that I win my first round, and I'm stoked. I feel it. I'm ready. Let's bring on the next. I'm ready.
I can see that you have super great support here on the beach. Who's with you today supporting you?
I mean, the core team. Massive shout out to the core team, everybody here. Absolutely epic. And everybody at home, all my friends, all my family, and of course my amazing girlfriend caddying me and running like there's no tomorrow.
I can feel that you have one main goal. What is it?
Win.
Let's go. Good luck for the next round.
All right, back to the action then. Lovely to see how happy he was. He'll be feeling great, Ruben, about that. That was a tough one against Steno, fellow countryman. Unfortunately, Zahar having to go through in 3rd into the second round. But Ruben, taking a look at things here, Andrea Principi, something I want to mention, you know, everyone's talking about Lorenzo this year, and rightfully he's had a storming season, but Andrea hasn't had a bad year. Dominated Lords of Tram, 2nd at the Megaloop, and won the qualifier in his hometown, his home country. He's not having a bad one.
No, he's not. I mean,
Parker Sage on his reading kite having a bad start to this heat, so not ideal, losing your board right out of the gate.
But Parker Sage only making it to round 2 last year before losing out to Charles Burdell. Both of these now with their 2nd appearances at the Red Bull King of the Air, as we see in the front. Here we go, Leo.
They are riding 8-meter kites, and it looks like the wind is not quite filling in on the inside anymore. It is magic hour, it is going to sunset, and this can affect the wind on the inside for sure, because it's a little bit more southerly, and here he goes with a doobie-loop board of rodeo.
His favorite move.
Leonardo Casati stomping his second trick on the board.
Wow, and you don't see, they're almost 3 minutes into this heat
But
here.
look at this, Andrea Principi going absolutely massive with a dirty loop, triple back roll board off or double back roll board off.
That was some patience. Almost 3 minutes into this heat, he didn't do anything, just waiting for the waves. Knows that he's got to go for 2 biggies to get into the second part of this heat. How often do you see that? 3 minutes nearly went past. And
That was a long period of time, but again, patience paid off. You can see the kickers starting to roll. It's almost as if you're waiting for the sets. For those of you viewers who are not familiar with the ocean when it comes to waves, they come in sets. It can be periods of 5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes. You can wait for proper waves to come rolling in.
Can wait for months back at my home.
Yeah, for long. But Ruben, we were talking about 40 knots, 38 knots, and now we have a wind speed gusting of 33 knots. So that's a significant drop.
100%, and that's not what these riders are hoping for. They want the most amount of power they can get out of it. The more wind, the smaller kite size they can ride, the more creative they can be with that kite. They're riding 8-meter kites now, and I think they could actually be riding 9 meters just to get some more power, get some more height. But you see, Andrea Principi is aiming down a kicker, steam training out to sea, and looking to connect. You need to find the kicker, the perfect gust, so you can take off as high and radical as possible.
Yeah, I think the tactic here for Andrea with what's going on out there is just get to the last part of this heat. Parker Sage there, a replay of him. That was nice and high. Back roll,
that
making
is
a
big.
Delayed back roll. So this one, another one that started off quite... Look at, there's not lots of white caps from that FPV. I don't think you're right. The wind has definitely dropped here, guys.
He connected. It's all about making that connection between the wave. Oh, no,
And even
Andrea.
the current king knows how to go down with the crash, but try to recover there. It's a great effort, but again, the loops, the too many rotations do not seem to be working well for the guys at the moment.
I think the conditions are challenging. You know, like if he can do this there, another one going down. The conditions are either changing. I've just walked down to the beach actually, guys, and I thought the wind was actually quite southeast. It was almost starting to go offshore a little bit as well,
East southeast,
Colin, as it does, and that can sometimes change things too.
I mean, what makes Kite Beat so fantastic is that the wind is funneling through the Venturi effect and it's running parallel to the beach, so we can steam train at the kickers and hit them at the perfect angle, making this the perfect playground to take off for big air.
This has definitely been a heat. Look at those kites going up and down a little bit now to gain power. This has definitely been the most interesting heat as far as lack of moves. But all right foot forward, that's going to be traffic right into Andrea Principi, who has to turn around on the inside. And it's a big crash in the end from Parker Sage. Andrea Principi had to just totally turn around there on the inside.
A little bit of sportsmanship, give each other some room, give each other some space. Sometimes you're taking off and you want to do it and there's someone in the way. Not ideal. Oh, there's that half cap from Leo.
Come on. Oh, what a landing. He had a lot of rotations on the way down, but the youngest rider showing that he belongs. Wow, great control there, and that half cap just trying to get that full inversion, get the feet completely above the head, showing control and composure throughout the rotation.
Ruben, what do you think about that? I noticed that was quite a lot of back rolls there. I've always looked at that and thought that's probably the easier takeoff because you can just let it go off the wave, right? You don't need as much board control. You just got to wham it straight off the wave. It's more comfortable to throw it upwind like that than a front roll. But here we see the front roll, dirty loop with the board off, kicking the feet out as well on the way round. Andrea Principi needs to land this really, because he hasn't even got 2 tricks on the board here. With 1 minute and 45 seconds in, and it's first heat of the double champion, and he's got a bit of work to do to catch up with Leo.
Well, I think he is putting another trick on the board, and Andrea will overtake Leo now, but Leo is in a position to really maybe give the king a run for his money right in the first heat.
Oh, this is going to be down to the wire as we have less than a minute and a half left before the first flag drops. So remind you that this is now the last heat of round number 1. We've made it to the end of round 1 with some incredible mouth-watering action. Great drone shot there as we will see Andrea turn around and come back in towards the beach. But again, a warm welcome to all of you from around the world. Heat number 6, the last heat of round number 1 here at the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air, coming to you live from the beautiful city of Cape Town, South Africa. Hats off again to the city of Cape Town for hosting the world's biggest and most prestigious big air kitesurfing event, showcasing what the sport is all about. And there we go, at risk of flagging out at the moment is Parker Sage. Less than a minute left. Ocean just going flat again. It seems like we don't just have a wind factor to compete with, but a bit of a swell factor too.
Yeah, and actually Andrea Principi is actually all right here. I've obviously missed his 7.40. How embarrassing. But right foot forwards
Wow,
here.
double
Oh, he's
flip.
gone for it. We haven't
Triple
seen that
flip.
so much. He is already looking to work the extra parts of this heat, I think. So I'm not sure. Maybe it will be bigger than a 7.02. But what a timing for that with 20 seconds left. He must feel like he's secure to get through to the next part.
The riders are getting so creative with their boards these days. Like they're doing board offs, but they're also doing board spins, board flips. It's absolutely incredible. Parker Sage,
he
another
needed
trick.
that. He needed that with a chance, but we'll see. Will it give him what he needs to edge out in front of Leonardo Casati? I don't think so. There goes the buzzer. As you see, Leo, it did look like he took off before the buzzer went.
Nice.
What composure from the young man.
How old is he again?
16 years of age.
Come on, that's got to be a mistake.
Yeah, it's close.
Kidding me?
Is that legal kiting age? From what age can you actually start kiting?
Couldn't be watching him kite.
That's outrageous.
Wow, that is incredible.
But yeah, I mean, kite surfing is for everyone. The youngest kite surfer I've ever seen was 3 years old, David Ribeiro in Brazil, on his surfboard on the lagoon, riding with a trainer kite. But I think like the suitable age is about 8 years old to get like into the power kiting and then onto the water. And yeah, if your kids are up for it, definitely let them take some lessons and enjoy Mother Nature and see how much it adds to life.
It came to life, that heat, I think, as we're now back into this heat. This is just the break here, as Parker Sage will be unfortunately getting out. And there's the Parker Sage, sorry. Is that Parker? What's he doing?
Yeah,
he's gone for something else anyway.
Just showcasing, he knows he's out. He's at the lower end of the competition box. The riders do have to stick to a general area of this competition for safety reasons, as well as ensuring that the judges actually see you. So the area of the competition box can play a big role. We saw Mark Jacobs use that to his full advantage in his 2021 crown. Mark Jacobs, James, quick mention, sad to see him not here in this year's event.
Yeah, he's done so many King of the Airs. He didn't make it into this one, but that's how it goes. They can't go on forever, but he might be back. Who knows? Anyway, bailing out of that one, Andrea Principi. Will we see these two in many a heat to come in the next 10, 20 years? Andrea Principi, Leo Casati going head-to-head here, trying to get that way through to the third round. Tack abortion from Leo Casati. Didn't fancy that, turned around. Ruben, what's that like when you go out to sea and you're just not interested? Tell me how that feels.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just better to abort your tack and abort your jump to really focus on the right kicker, because you don't want to waste your time. They're not here to put down average scoring tricks on the board. They are in the most prestigious big air event in the world right now. And yeah, you want to just put high scores on the board.
Oh, look at that from Leo. Get that board on your feet, young man. Oh, close.
Yeah, just can't get that on. So we're very close. 21.9, 20.72. Not much separating them, but as we always remind you, they're now into the business end of this flag out heat. And Andrea Principi just edging it right now, but we have to look at what tricks they've done to work out what they're going to get perhaps for the last 10 points here. All their 3 tricks are scored out of 10 points each. There's a maximum of 30 on your screens right now, but right at the end, the judges will decide, well, how many tricks have they done in different directions? Were they decent ones? They have to be decent ones, over 6.5 to count towards their 7 points of the 10, and then the last 3 will be landing, execution, style, and then we will decide who wins.
Given by the judges.
Given by the judges, correct.
100%.
Yeah.
So there's 5 world-class judges who've been specifically trained over the years for this event, as well as some trick spotters, so that none of the tricks get missed. However, it is very important that the riders don't jump at the same time, because they've only got so many eyes and can only look at a trick, because there's so much happening just in one single trick. It can be a kite loop, rotations and board offs, and even a creative landing, all combined into one jump.
Oh, no, that's couldn't have captured it better, Ruben. It's so important. We will continue to keep reminding you on this very brand new method of calculating the overall impression score, putting the score and the results thereof back into the hands of the riders, a very specific category that so far is yielding incredible results, just driving innovation more and more and more as the riders are technically forced to be more innovative, which is what we want to see. That is how the sport has gotten to where we are today, 13 years later from the first event, just 5 kilometers downwind from where we are in Big Bay, having moved up here in 2018. And as you can see, just as comfortable for the spectators to still look and enjoy this extra 5 knots or so that we have from Big Bay
But Andrea, the ocean just flattening out in front of him. He'll make his way back in. But gents, you guys enjoy the Big Bay venue, but wind was a little bit lighter than up here.
I think also with the progression of the sport nowadays, I think Big Bay is getting a bit too small for these 200-meter far jumps.
Oh, this is experienced riding from Andrea Principi, landing a big one there. Just sorry to get in the way of your conversation, guys. I'm looking at what the guys have done here, and it looks to me like Leo Casati has worked the same move here. Kite loop back roll, he's got lots of them.
Again.
And again, so I think Andrea's...
Moses, abort Moses.
Did he do it?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't land it. That would have been a first.
What was that? What's an osmosis, Ruben?
So an osmosis is doing a board off and then flicking it into the air, making a full rotation and catching it with the same hand.
So that's basically letting go of the board for a full rotation. But gents, that is the end of round number 1.
A rodeo doobie.
Yeah, talk us through these highlights, boys.
So Leonardo Casati showing some outstanding riding in his first heat here in the Red Bull King of the Air 2025, taking on defending king Andrea Principi, showcasing why he is current king. So much style, technique and precision all into his riding.
Yeah, he really did step it up a bit there, Andrea. Very calm and patient. Leo really brought it to him, but I've just got a feeling he's going to sneak the variation score, as I did see quite a few repeats from Leo as well. It was the kite loop back roll on the way out that I could see 1, I could see 2. And yeah, Andrea Principi taking it with a higher variation score. In fact, quite a higher variation score. Yeah. In the end, quite comfortable. But we showed a different, I think he showed a different side there, guys. He was very calm. We didn't see a move from him from over 2.5 minutes at the start there. He had worked out the conditions, I think. He was looking around him, things got gusty. Make sure, I mean, look, how many tricks did he actually land? He landed 5 tricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. These guys can land easily 8, 9, 10 or more in a heat. But as the conditions didn't allow, calmed down, he made sure he got different tricks in. That was unbelievable riding from the man that's won 2 times in a row. Impressive start.
And that's what we have seen from him over the last 2 years. It's both 2 years. Lorenzo, for example, has led the stats, but then Andrea just has that ability to adapt in the heat that he's in.
And he's just got that crowd-pleasing energy around him, which the judges also really like. And he's just feeding off the crowd. He is feeding the crowd as well. And there we go with round number 2 of the open division here of the men's fleet for the Red Bull King of the Air 2025. Heat number 7 with Shahar Sabari taking on local boy Josh Gillett.
JG?
JG, we can do it, but this is now elimination time. These will be 10-minute heats as these two will battle it out head-to-head. The rookie up against Josh, so it's going to go down to the wire. Again, this is now the start of round number 2, elimination time. In less than 10 minutes, one of these riders will be going home. So now it's do or die.
Let's hope the Cape Doctor stays with us, because these riders need all the wind and the gust they can find, and hopefully lining that up perfectly with a kicker. So here goes Shahar Sabari heading out to sea, looking for a steep kicker, which he finds here. He connects, but not a great takeoff. Still going for that loop and a backward board off.
Oh, look at that. Not as many rotations on the way down. Comfortable landing. Great job there from the rookie, who had a very impressive opening heat, I must add, in round number 1. Very smooth, very controlled. That trick, we'll see what he does later, but it does seem that he was a little bit more controlled there, adapting to the conditions there.
100%, and Josh Gillett riding on home soil here in front of his hometown crowd, ready to take it to the moon. He is no stranger of taking risks, but can he land them? That is the question. That is what you want to do.
Right, so this is it, elimination time. Josh Gillett flying through the screen. He'll be hoping to make it further as well. But Shahar, in a rookie appearance, already showing us a lot of control and composure. In elimination time, hey, 10 minutes, one of these guys is going to go home, not a lack of feeling.
Might be the last competition you ever do at King of the Air. There's that for a Debbie. Ruben, when you had your last heat here, did you know it was your last heat? It's a good question for you. Did you believe you'd be back?
No, I knew. I gave up on the water, man. I was like, I was in the final. I was like, I'm over this. I'm not.
You let the final was your last competition?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice way to go.
2017.
Mine was like round 2.
Got third place. Nick Jacobsen took the win. And here, oh, that's what we mean. Oh, what? How is he fixing that? No way.
Well, he's been watching the women, that's for sure. Oh, no, the women were landing that one. The foot coming out, blasted out there on takeoff. But it's an interesting concept, Ruben, that you never really know. To be in this event and to be thankful that you've qualified for the biggest event in the world, of the best memories of your life. And you just never know. In this situation, You know, going out in round 2, it's very difficult to argue for a case to get back in next year. Coming in right foot forwards though, Josh Gillett goes into a double front roll. He's got the left hand on the bar. It had to be a normal kite loop with a board off. I think there was a tic-tac there. What a move from Josh Gillett there.
That.
South Africa happy with that.
That is really, really good there from the South African. He'll be hoping to avoid back-to-back round 2 exits. He went out against Gilvlucht last year in his debut. So the wind speed at the moment increasing now to an extra 2 knots. 35 knots recorded with a direction of southeast. You can see the white caps to the left-hand upper area of your screen. They're coming in hard and fast. Wind Guru showing that we might not be letting the foot off the gas just yet as far as the wind is concerned.
Ruben, what's a white cap?
A white cap is looking far out at sea. You can see all these white caps, like the wind is blowing over the water. That is mean the more white caps, the windier it is. Even if you see the water fly, that's what we want to see, because that means it's over 50 knots. And yeah, that's not happening at the moment. It's around 33 knots.
Have you ever heard of the term white horses? Or is that a British one? We call them white horses.
White
as well.
horses,
It's a lovely term, isn't it?
We use the same one.
You can just imagine horses just disappearing and disappearing.
If you want to ride the white horse.
I don't know that song.
Wow, so this is round number 2, heat number 7. Again, a warm welcome to all of you from around the globe to the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air, bringing you the action live, hard and fast, and what has been mouth-watering action. Lewis Crathern and Ruben Lenter to my right. Gents, it's been exhilarating thus far. Incredible scenes here so far. 2025.
Yeah, I was very sorry, Lewis. I was very impressed with the women's division. They came out battling, hungry for glory, hungry for the win, and it was just insane to see Lana Herman on her debut advancing straight to the next round.
Yeah, that was what a special start to the day. Never been done before. Moves from them. They opened up the day perfectly. We had to be patient. This is a closeout. Oh, I thought he was going straight into that. These waves now getting trickier. Big shout out to all of you around the world, including the Beachwater Sports back home and the Vauxhall Conference League. I know you're watching. And look at that in the background to the left-hand side, riding out to sea, was Shahar Sabri. He's got to step it up now if he's going to stay in this. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left, Colin.
Again, yeah, both of these riders in round 2 will not want to be there, especially Josh. He's tasted it before. But Shahar really, it seems, Josh just seems to have that fearless factor. Shahar having that control and composure. It was nice to see him not forcing those extra rotations on the way down, Ruben.
Both super technical riders, and like you say, that composure is doing Shahar a favor. And Josh Gillett likes to take that risk.
It's straight.
They both have an incredible bag of tricks, so they're both stoked.
Good strength there from Josh Gillett. That really pulled on him hard, that extra gust, as we see the happy people down on the... Is that Steven Ackersdyke? It did look like him, maybe 10 years' time.
Steven Ackersdyke.
Now there's a man that's done a lot for kiteboarding, Steven Ackersdyke, podium finisher here, and one of the most underrated riders in the world, I think.
100%.
Yeah,
well,
can do anything.
I am missing Kevin Langeray on the beach. He's not here
Where is he?
at the moment. He's only arriving next week. Family and business duties.
At the factory, he's at the factory giving out some caners.
But a big shout out. He is the only kiter that has 3 Red Bull King of the Air titles, 3 crowns taken home by him. So will Andrea Principi make that an even?
And, well, he might go one up because he'll be doing it 3 in a row, which has never been done, which you could argue is more impressive. But Ruben...
A three-peat?
A three-peat. Ruben, we haven't been arguing much today, so we're going to carry on that way. Triple back roll, mega loop, as Colin coming back in to make sure... Whoa, you can't take that. You can't take that. Bouncing around there.
He dealt with that so good. Like he was about to land and then just flicked into another last rotation before the landing. And dealt with it.
Boom. Doesn't that hurt you in the evening when those waves are breaking up wind at you? I mean, look how messy it does look a little bit there. Ruben, it's round 2. Have you been in round 2 before? You can mug me off and say no.
I've always skipped round 2, straight to round number 3. That's how I roll, mate.
Like, really?
Yeah, no, I was never such a strategic competitor. I was always just fearless and full power, and I didn't really think about what I was doing out there, besides having fun and just enjoying with the whole crew.
Sounds like your approach to every day.
Exactly.
But round 2 is a difficult... No, not thinking about what you're doing. Round 2 is a very difficult place to be because you've got to stay in the event. You've almost got to change your style of riding here. You're head-to-head. The flag out is gone. And here's Josh Gillett, who is an experienced rider, who goes into a triple back roll. Board off, tic-tac from the field. He's going to get the ball. He's fighting down. He just didn't get it in. You just saw that little wobble.
These rotations are not working. What I did like what Josh did there, 3 rotations before pulling on the bar, before looping it.
increasing the technical risk factor. So imagine 3 360s and then sending the kite in its own 360, known as the mega loop. But again, just too many rotations on the way down. The guys are going to have to adapt. And Shahar at the moment in the front seat, not a lot different. And again, remember, we do have that 4th overall impression score. Lewis, I'm enjoying the banter that we have back and forth here. You know, you're just able to check the scores. Again, a reminder to you viewers, RedBullKingOfTheAir.com, click on results, scroll down, and you will see the breakdown of every trick score. As we see Shahar, nice there, what would look like almost a bit of a half cab front roll.
He's seen his opportunity. Zahara's got the confidence up now. He'll be able to check his watch. His watch will be telling him he's leading right now. That would do a lot for him. The live impression will also be suggesting, not that he can see that, it will be suggesting that he's starting to... If this is a...
No way!
Had to get rid. I mean, that clearly wasn't a chart of osmosis attempt, but I mean... He's in trouble here. Josh Gillett, South African, in trouble as Zahar Sabri, riding for Portugal here, is taking it to him. He's stressing him out there. It looks very close on your screens, but I think Zahar has landed more and therefore will probably have a variation edge as well. Josh Gillett has got 1 minute and 18 seconds. His board is in the white water there. Can he stay in this? What can he do? Let's have a look.
Great support.
And remember, people, this is knockout round. This is the second chance for these riders in order to make it to round number 3. This is where the winners of round number 1 are waiting to take them on. So they have to give it their all. This is make it or break it.
I think I'd do something simple here. Zahar, he's got 4 tricks on the board. 3, only over 6.5. If he just put a 4th on and it was basic, he only needs to go basic here.
And that's exactly what he just does there on the screen in front of you.
Shahar
just dirty loop.
Even a mega loop delayed back roll on the opposite tack here could just be enough. Although it won't get enough, will it? I don't know.
It's difficult again, Lewis, because it's part of the variety.
Be over 6.5,
so it will contribute to that 3-point margin. It might not contribute to the 7 points.
Maybe that goes out the window now, and you just think, I've just got to look busy. You know, 20 seconds. Maybe the conditions aren't even allowing scores
20
over
seconds.
6.5.
Who of these 2 riders is going to join Lorenzo Casati in Heat 15 in round 3? This is going to be tight.
I mean, I'll just not win.
He's coming out here.
Lorenzo Casati's waiting for me. Okay, see you later, mate.
Whoa, look at this negotiating.
He's got to land it. Oh, he just can't reach it. He knows it.
He needed that on the buzzer. Wow, but great sportsmanship also there from Shahar, just yanking his kite towards the right-hand side, back towards the beach to get out of his way. Gentlemen, first heat of round 2 done and dusted. Highlights right in front of you.
Well, the real highlight here is Josh Gillett is going to be devastated. He started off quite well there and looked like he was doing okay, but he just come back at him. Here was that one I think we spoke about where the rotations just ended up... Oh, no, that was the strength. He held on to that one. He was happy with Zahar here. Zahar was this was the landing that we weren't expecting,
and then dealing with that bounce out on the landing.
Oh no, that is innovation there from the rookie. But a no surprise result there on his top 3 scores as well as his overall impression score, making it to round 3 on his debut. Shahar Sabri, I can hear the family and friends in Twitter just cheering for him all the way. Shout out to them. So well done there from the rookie. And unfortunately, South African is out.
You're used to saying that. I know you're not used to saying that these days.
I'm not used to saying it anymore.
They're back. South Africa is back.
But Josh Gillett, the South African, unfortunately a second round 2 exit for him back to back. He won't be happy with that, but always next year.
Look at that tablecloth pouring over now as sunset comes down here in the southern hemisphere and on the south of South Africa. It's Kimo Verkerk next, round 2, heat number 8, against Luca Ceruti, who will be a bit unhappy to be here in round 2, but he'll have to stay calm. Tough heat, this one, Rubes.
Very, very interesting. I think kind of similar styles. They're both very, very technical with a lot of rotations, a lot of dirty loops as well. So pulling that loop with their front hand and doing tornadoes. They're riding different kites. Kimo is riding on the slingshot kite, a lot of lift, a lot of second lift as well. The kite is catching him very good. And Luca fully in control with his fly server Era V2, and both known for their technical tricks and high amplitude maneuvers.
There goes the buzzer for heat number 2 of round 2. Knockout stages, we are in them. Welcome if you've just joined us. As we see in front of you on the slingshot kite,
and he finds some. He's hunting.
He's got a lot of speed.
Like an animal.
I would have gone for that kick if I was him.
Me
but
too, and I probably would have crashed.
At least you would have gone for it. You know, we'll give points for that.
Yeah.
Points for that. Yeah.
Maybe if we were just taking photos, it would have been okay.
Fine, that's fine. We all know how
Straight
that's
to
how
the hospital,
advertising
mate.
works. Advertising works in that way. So no, that's cool. Just get the picture. Don't worry about what happens after. But there we go. Less than 10 minutes. These knockout rounds in round 2 are 10 minutes each. And we see Luca Cerruti grabbing the board by the fin and then by the handle. He should have.
Nice. Hey guys, I'm back.
Yeah.
Not ideal there, not the height he was hoping for, and then not as smooth of a landing that we're used to from Luca Cerruti there. Kimo, steam training out to sea, but it looks like the ocean is just flattening out and not providing him with a great kicker to take off from. So turning around, aborting that tack, not wasting his energy and the precious heat time.
There we go. Again, precious heat time it is. And the 10 minutes, it might seem like a long time, but it moves when you're out there. The time flies by. As you see there, viewers, the ocean is just flattened out. They're going to wait for a set. But Luca's not going to wait for the sets to come as he delays the board off and the mega loop on the way down with a nice tail grab. That would be an example of a butt check, ladies and gentlemen. Not the cleanest of landings.
True, you've got to land. You've got to land your landings like Jeremy Belando does.
All right, here we go. Kimo, right foot forward. It looked like he wanted to do something. You can see a nice flat section open. The waves and the gaps between the waves does also change here at this venue. As the tide shifts, the tide will be going out. Getting up some good, nice speed there. Has he spotted something? This looks good. Yep, throws back the hammer. Not a lot of height on this one.
Wow. Still
Great.
pretty vertical. Not a critical kite angle on that dirty loop, and also kicking off his board.
Yeah, but didn't manage to lose too much downwind energy. It can't be that windy out there. He's angry. Is the kite falling out the sky as well?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's been it has. It's being washed up. This could be the end of it.
Wow, that's why the kites are inflated, Lewis, so they actually have a chance to relaunch them, but the lines could be slightly tangled here. Let's see if the kite will be able to relaunch. Oh, it's inverted.
Inverted.
It looks like you yesterday, Ruben.
That's an inversion. He's going to have to get that kite back onto the beach. He should have
it's rolling inside out, mate.
He should have a spare on the beach. The caddies will get it ready for him. The caddies are instructed to not let the spare kite interfere in the competition area, but they are allowed to get it up and ready. So, gents, the role of a caddy right now.
Well, he's got the role of the caddy is he should be up there pulling the lines out of that kite. But there's some swimming to do at the moment from the rider that's had that unfortunate deal, but can he take advantage of it? And it looks like he can. Into a tornado and a lovely front roll. It's a dirty loop. He clearly had the left hand on the bar. Luca Cerruti will be absolutely over the moon at seeing that kite being washed up. There's no getting around it. You're not upset for the other one. You're stoked about it when you're competing.
Oh, well, I mean, especially if you've come off a third place finish from the year before.
Like a gift from God.
Cerruti will be absolutely rooting to get that round 2 down to round 3. He will be pushing for it as hard as he can. But look there, you can see Kimo's kite is still in the water, still inverted.
Where is he?
Self-rescuing.
Jet ski screw there. Jet ski are coming into. There's the caddy who's got his next kite.
Not ready. Come on, get the lines out. This is urgent. This could be the end of it for Kimo. But that is.
Devastating.
Where's the urgency? So, oh no, there's someone on the other end with the bar here.
I'm wishing you all the best, mate. I hope your kite goes swimming.
This way you ride past them and spray them to really wind them up. We've
you
all
can
done
see
that
the
in
frustration there from Kimo Furcaco, who had a 9-meter kite. It'll be interesting to see if he has the same size, or is he going to have to go down? He's not happy at all on his debut. Yeah,
he looks like he's done to me, guys.
Come on, keep your spirits high.
Yeah, there's
what a shot that is.
Spare kite and the kite currently there in the frame. He's got a bit of upwind running to do.
Can't believe his kite went swimming there. That's the last thing he needed in order to stay in the event. He needed to edge out Luca Cerruti, and it doesn't look like Kimo Verkerk has got his head up and launching his spare kite.
Hugging the kite
there we go.
Can he get back into this? So let's have a look. What has Cerruti done so far? Is there any chance for him to get back into this, guys?
Yes, it's staying in a positive mindset.
Agreed.
And just taking it like a man.
No, you can't. You can't let this get to you at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where competition experience, this is also where learning to handle the pressure and make it work for you. As we spoke about white horses, white caps, a lot of wind at the back. But Cerruti is going to now go trick for trick. Just add to his repertoire, use the time to get variety.
I'll tell you what.
Again, the rotations just
not allowing for the
I'll
cleanest
tell you what,
landings.
Luca Cerruti's only got 2 tricks on the board here, and I hope one of his caddies is telling him just that on the inside. Get out there, mate. You've got 4.5 minutes. He's only done a 4.0. He's got a 7.08. I'm not sure what he's just done on the inside there.
Well, there you can see Kimo running upwind with his crew. So, yep, there up on the kite. Let's
yeah,
see
he's
it.
got a chance.
But Cerruti has to make use of this opportunity. Anything you can get within this
You never
competition, you got to use it. You never know.
No.
There's still quite some spray coming off his board, meaning that he still has quite some power in his kite. Will he connect with his kicker? Yes, he will. Not the way he hoped for. The kite angle is not critical enough to make this a good scoring trick.
Well adjusted though. He's got a third trick in there now. Is Luke just there? You saw the kite almost coming forward. There's definitely a higher number between the gusts now.
So, gents, this is an important point to make here. We're going to have less than 4 minutes when Kimo gets back out on the water. He still needs 3 top tricks. Is that enough time?
I think he could do that, but the problem he's got is that Luca's also got that time, and you would expect someone that's got to the podium last year to be able, he's changed to an 8. That can't be right. Do you think that was the other way around, Ruben?
No, I think...
I mean, that was maybe the spare kite he had ready.
Exactly.
The caddy launched the wrong kite. Sorry, mate.
Or launched the wrong, or maybe he didn't have another 9 on the beach.
He won't be getting the caddy ban next year.
We'll see.
No,
Taking a quick look at his watch there, Kimo, as we see 3.5 minutes or less.
Looks like a
down
9.
to the wire. He's going to have to really pull it up with some nice spray coming off the water, indicating that the wind is not letting the foot off the gas.
9.
As we see heat number 8, round 2, elimination time here at the 2025 Red Bull King of the Air. Keep spreading it at hashtag Red Bull King of the Air. Well, wherever you are from around the globe, welcome to the world's biggest and most prestigious kite surfing event. As we see, we see raw emotion.
Line buggered. I reckon there's a line bug on it. Well, how have you not given me a bar like this, he's saying. The lines are all over the place. He's got that spare kite now, which sometimes isn't set up perfectly. It's been really unfortunate. You've got to say it. That was no real fault of his own. The kite just falling out the sky on him. That's a tough thing to take on your first time here. And Luca Cerruti is going to, I think, avoid quite a difficult, tricky hit. There's no way else to describe this now. We're in round 2. They're not always the perfect conditions here, and they can be frustrating when you just think, oh, come on, I didn't get...
Is that the seal? Is that Luca Cerruti sealing the deal with this move to the inside?
Oh, nice.
The rewind?
No rewind.
And
crashing.
a crash. Again, that's the risk of that inside lull, as we call it, a lull in the wind. Kimo must be very frustrated at this point in time. But again, this is such a good example for you viewers and young aspiring riders out there. When you find yourself in a situation like this, keep going. Don't let it get to your head. Do what you can. Go back to the drawing board, re-strategize, and you can do it. Keep your emotions together.
It's not
Don't
over.
let it get the better of you.
It's not over until it's over.
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. I disagree. I think this is over.
The lowest heat score of all time, 0.
I'll tell you what this
there
is.
goes Kimo.
Back to a 9-meter kite. He's gone back to his 9-meter kite. Kimo, he's got 1 minute and 40 seconds left. He's going to have to pack him in like he's probably never had to before. But back up to a 9-meter kite, so that should help him as we see the wind still holding strong. But don't forget about Cerruti, who's just going to be going one more trick after the next, and this time landing it in the shallows, right foot forward.
Guys, it's definitely a Jamie Overbeek now.
1 meter away from the spectators. Luca Cerruti coming in with a super clean landing, and he must be feeling super free and privileged in this heat.
But look at that, Kimo already putting a 6.12. What's he going to get now?
What a belter of a dirty loop that was. That was sending it right on the way down. He's going to feel great about seeing that later. What a composure and recovery.
Look at that. He's already got a 6.12. I think this one might score more. We'll see what the judges say.
Nah, there's no chance he's going to overtake Luca with the overall impression score. And yeah, also he wasn't too happy with that last move. Although it looked like a banger, he didn't get the board off in, which is what he was aiming for. So
maybe he can go for something that never been landed for. Now, what an opportunity to try something that he'd never done.
Get a 10
here. Like, what can he do? He's got to be going for his mind here. Maybe one right-hand side and one left-hand side. And then he might be thinking, oh,
handle pass.
There we go. Here we go. He hits the edge. Not a lot of height.
Yeah.
Still, his board got stuck there for a minute, but he should land
I want to see him land this, because if he can
Yeah.
go back out left foot forward, this is the message that both of you have been talking about. I gave up on you. I'm sorry, Kimo, but you have showed me that you can compose yourself and maybe get one more big one. But Cerruti here just looks like he's putting one more nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that should seal the deal with less than 10 seconds as the clock winds down. But again, a wonderful example to you young people. Don't stop. It's a lot of times the effort that counts. You also don't know what experience you'll take with you as
Cerruti just looks to put the nail in the coffin right in the front. Oh, second trick towards the
Smooth
inside. Very
landing.
nice. Very nice.
So congrats to Lucas Cerruti. We're still waiting for the scores, but there is no doubt that the judges are giving it to him because he showed us a phenomenal heat in front of his hometown crowd. Lucas Cerruti, our South African, kicking out Kimo
Yeah, and
Burker
here
from
was
the
the
Netherlands.
problem. I think that kite just fell out the sky. The body weight that he put on the bar pulling in there on the way down in that sort of bizarre fall out the sky.
Actually, Ruben and Lewis, what I saw there is I think his kite would have been okay. It landed in the wave. His kite landed in the wave and the wave just completely smashed it flat. So that is the challenge of a location like this that you would not have at a location like Tarifa, for example, where you have perfect flat water. So again, something else they have to negotiate. But again, they are the scores from the second heat of round number 2. Lucas Cerruti will see himself through. I'm sure he's very grateful and very relieved to
He did get
round
3 tricks in though.
number
Look
3.
at that.
Yeah,
He done himself proud there.
Kimo can be very proud of that effort. Kimo, if you're watching this in the replay in the future, well done, my man. Yeah, I hope you learn from this and move forward with positive energy and vibes, my man. So well done. But there you can see a very stoked Lucas Cerruti, third place finisher. Relieved.
And relieved.
Third place finisher from last year.
There's a big name there too. There's a star in the sport there to the left-hand side.
Kite designer for fly surfer Luke McGillivray, our all-time fave here on the South African beaches, always supporting everyone and everything. And here a very stoked Lucas Cerruti advancing to round number 3. And who will he take on?
Oh wow!
Looks like Steno Mole now in this next heat. Sorry, I don't have an answer for you there. But we're going to go straight into this one. The United States versus the Netherlands. Parker Sage up against Stein Mole. This is an interesting one because both of these two don't have bad rankings actually.
No.
Oh no, sorry, Parker Sage, I'm thinking of the other American. Stein Mole is in one of our top 5 of the big runs right now. You think he would take this one?
I think so. My money would definitely be on Stein, you know. But Parker, again, he having exited at round 2 in his debut last year against Charles Burdell by a narrow margin, not that much, 0.4 difference separating him in his last round 2 appearance. So he'll be hungry to taste a round 3 that he has yet to taste. So great opening account there from Parker. Mega loop late back roll, not a lot of height and stuff. Waves seems to have gone a bit flat here, gents. As you can see, the tide's going down.
I'm actually drawn to look at your right there, Colin, to say that. The tide has maybe changed, but look at the wind. I think the wind's all right. I think that's an 8 metre from Parker Sage. Let's see how he opens here. Steno the Reno.
Nice vertical takeoff here with a boogie, doobie loop, and an added rotation. So 3 forward rotations there for Steno Mole to open up. No board off in that trick.
Sensible. He's been watching how things have been going in this round and thinking, is it worth going risky? Like someone's already had their kite fall out the sky.
And there he goes again, Steno ramping up to that steep kicker and taking off for a front roll, dirty loop board off.
That is a start from one of the top 5 right now. Very good. He'll be well happy with that. Just over a minute in, 2 tricks on the board, back of the net.
And Lucas Cerruti, who just advanced to round number 3, will face Giel Vlucht in the next round.
Nice one, Rubes. What was that, 10 minutes, that's it?
I just found some time.
Steno Mole here, not beating around the bush, Ruben. He is getting straight on with the things here. And he has gone 2-1 up in this round 2 heat number 9.
Nice, here goes Steno finding a kicker to take off on and connecting with the wind as well. Nice mega loop, late back roll from the fin and an added rotation. So 2 backward rotations and a board off from the fin whilst looping that kite with his backhand and landing absolutely clean.
Cleanmond. You know that place in Cape Town? Cleanmond. Cleanmond. It's the place where clean landings are, on top of that hill. Cleanmond.
That's good, mate. I think you need to have your cup of tea.
A cup of tea. I don't drink tea, actually, bizarrely, but I definitely do need a Red Bull.
Wow.
Keep me going here. We've got round 2, heat number 9. It's been a long day here, but we've still got action coming. 7:30 p.m. local time as these two are fighting out. Parker Sage looks like he's all right about these conditions. He's okay with these tricky conditions, and he's going to bring it to Steno Mole from the Netherlands, who has had plenty of podium this year, probably his most decorated year to date, but he's found himself in round 2, heat number 9. He's got a tough draw here. Nice.
Pop in that Red Bull there, Lenton. Thanks for that. We needed that refreshment. Red Bull King of the Air 2025, as we see Stein Mull, semi-finalist from last year, here in his third appearance at the King of the Air, taking to the skies. The kickers definitely disappearing a little bit on us, and it shows you what an effect the kickers actually have as far as height is concerned here, Ruben.
100%. I mean, there is a bit of a lull in the wind. Also, the waves are not ideal at the moment, so the riders are struggling a bit and trying to make the most of the conditions given. The spectators are still on the beach. It is about time for the sun to set. And let's see if we can finish this heat with some proper power.
Yeah.
Guys, I've got a question for you. It's eating away at me. How do you score a crash landing?
You don't. You just eliminate it.
Just put an X right through it.
Chuck it in the bin, mate.
So X right through it. You viewers, if you're looking at the results tab on the Red Bull KingofTheAir.com page, you will see an X which marks the crashes. But here goes Stein Mull from the Netherlands. Nice vertical angle there on the Mega Loop. Oh, and because of that horizontal angle of the kite, he just couldn't get back underneath in time. So that's an example where great attempt at going for a horizontal 360 loop with his kite, but not able to get back underneath the kite in time to land cleanly. So that again just shows you where competition and composure and experience plays a critical role. Parker Sage would have seen that, maybe just helped him calm down a little bit, but it does still seem like Parker's got his work cut out for him. As I said, I'm putting my money on Stein, but there you have a spectacular shot of this incredibly beautiful city, the city of Cape Town. If you've never been here, book your tickets and come and be a part of this incredible experience as a city and today as a sport with us here in the commentary box. But better yet, if you can be out there on the beach yourself. Again, this sport is for all ages, as you guys have said, gents. Anybody can do it. Don't let these incredible hardcore maneuvers intimidate you, as these guys bring us the action that just shows you what the sport is all about. But speaking of all ages, different kinds of impressions, what do we see in front of us here at the moment?
We see that Stein Mull's impression score is definitely higher than Parker Sage's page.
I like it though.
Flipping the page. Parker has a lot of work to do in this heat in terms of variety score for that overall impression.
I'm Parker Sage, I'm turning the page.
Parker Sage, he is a team rider for my cousin's brand, for Reedon. And he knows what he has to do. This is his second time in the Red Bull King of the Air, I believe.
That is correct.
This is true, and he's looking good here, because look, he is less than 1 point down with 4 minutes to go. He's put himself in a position, and just look at that shot. Stino just looking over his shoulder there. That was such a lovely shot as he recognised that he was taking off. Wow, and that puts the pressure.
And Parker just took his time to put that board back on his feet, demonstrating control all the way down. Not the lowest of kite angles, well, that will play a factor, but a great one there from him. Well, there here we're Stino responding, looking over his shoulder, 1 footer mega loop there.
It's rocked him, Colin.
Yeah,
it rocked him. He looked over his shoulder there, and he saw such a lovely shot of Stino just looking over his shoulder to see what was going on, because you can take the approach of never watching your competitor, or you can actually, sometimes it's good to see what they're doing. That has rocked him, and it's put Parker Sage into the lead. 3 minutes 40 left.
And it looked like Stino's foot was getting actually stuck.
Yeah, so correct.
He couldn't go for the board off.
Not was quite the move that he wanted to, but he's going to respond. But he's finding himself also now at the lower area of the competition box. Does he sacrifice that time to tack his way back upwind?
I think it's okay.
Yeah, but he should be still okay. He's quite far down, but you can see he's close to the jet skis, who themselves will be, who are outside the competition area. Wind honking there. Look at his kite. Yeah, look at his kite just feeling the effects of that wind. But Parker Sage, as you said, is he going to turn a page and find himself out of round 2 and into round 3?
So yeah, Parker is at the upwind side of the competition area, giving him more room to play with and really set himself up for that next trick, while Stino is making his way upwind, really edging into the wind and tacking into the wind like a sailboat would in order to get some room in the competition box again.
They said the wind would really pick up strong by the end of the day today, and I'm wondering now if this is that time. It's an 8-meter kite for Stino, looking to go right foot forwards here, maybe for me, or is he just quick check of the watch and the scores, but the water to me looks a lot rougher now, and
it is windy.
It's often hard from where we're sitting to just get an idea, especially with the sun high and the glare, but now with the contrast we can see a bit more. The riders do look powered here, just looking at their kites. I think we're going to see some explosive moves during the end of this, as both riders just taking their time. They've obviously recognised and can see that their watch is telling them that there's less than half a point between them. There's some drama here.
And sometimes at the end of the day, the sun and the temperatures, they play a big role, and it's a bit of a gamble. Sometimes the wind can pick up, sometimes it can drop.
So there's a good sign for you. 33 knots. So we're still kind of settling at 33 knots. So it is interesting. Maybe the lighting also playing a bit of a role as far as how the water looks.
Dino's got a chance here. Sorry
He's
to
got
interrupt
something.
you.
No, it's all good as he hits the ramp. Front rotation, grabbing the board by the nose. Additional rotation. Good inversion there.
Classic Stino.
Oh, that was really good. He grabbed it by the nose, so that meant it was a mega loop. He would have pulled it with the backhand.
That was just superb riding, and that
Very
is
good.
stomping his authority on this heat. He is a big rider. He's one of the big dogs now, and that was experience, Ruben.
Oh, Parker, no, not getting the height he wanted. Listen, Parker's got a minute and a half left. Is he going to go for another round 2 exit? Because Steinmull has moved himself into the lead following that last trick, a 7.36. He'll be very happy. So Parker's got his work cut out for him again. You can see at the moment, according to the live impression score, both riders putting in pretty much the same amount of variety. So that puts us back to looking at the top 3 scores, which could be the differentiating factor. But again, it's not over. We've got just over a minute left. Oh, what did we see happen here on the beach with Parker?
Is there a change there? Did we miss that? I'm not sure. What I can see, Colin.
More change.
What I can see is Steiner's got way more tricks in his vocabulary here, so he should be good with the other score. So that must have been either a equipment malfunction or just who does that?
That was really cool. That was stylish. Add that to the 3 points of variety.
Imagine you needed 0.1 to make a difference. And
So that
did
was a
it.
good example of Parker fetching a second board. It's possible that something happened to that board, or he might have lost it with a crash. We'll know now.
Whoa.
Back rotation, additional back rotation.
Yeah.
Board off with a dirty loop on the way down.
Love that shot. That was
Beautiful
he's
shot.
I love
Yeah.
that shot because it was wide and we could see as the kite zoomed forwards. He's obviously not nuking out there. He almost had to wait. As Stino Mole just looking to try and seal the deal.
He's done a few of those,
Let me see.
I feel like, and this was not the highest.
Let's
No,
have a
but it
look.
is close. Ruben, again, a fascinating point that you're making it with the score. But here we go. Right foot
Oh,
forward.
on the buzzer.
Stino. There goes the hooter at the end of round number 2.
That will seal the deal.
Heat number 9. I agree with you, Ruben. I think, yeah.
Not anymore.
And in our ear, we've been told it's a very close heat. But we'll see now as we go through some highlights. Stino, again, tit for tat between these two guys. Parker Sage is indeed hoping to turn a new page.
Look at that with the double front roll board off and the nice replay on that triple forward rotation with that dirty loop and stomping it.
Oh no, that was a great effort, I must say. Definitely a better performance from Parker Sage in round 2 from last year. But great to have him here in his second King of the Air appearance. His father, James, a retired Lieutenant Colonel in the Air Force. Unfortunately, not joining us this year. Yeah, the King of the Air. Shout out to you, James, if you are here. But the judges will be taking their time with this results. And Ruben, you were clear on calling it and to say, yeah, but what do you think could make it close?
I don't. Sorry to interrupt. I think there's 2 points in that.
What?
That is exactly what we were talking about. That is exactly what we were talking about. Parker Sage indeed turning a new page.
They must have been repeats. You thought they were repeats.
Steinmull will be devastated after finishing in the semi-finals last year, is now out of the 2025 King
Look
there.
at
Parker
that.
Sage is stoked, and I can hear his family applauding all the way from Hawaii. Well done. Oh, he is through to his first ever round 3 appearance. Gents, who's he going to go up next?
I mean, not Stino Mul. He just edged out Dutchman Stino Mul, who is going to be very upset about this. And yeah, I think it's a lack of variety on Stino's side that just didn't give him the edge over Parker Sage here.
I mean, he done more tricks, Dino, but it was actually, now I'm looking in the detail here, the lovely scenes here for the United States team to be, and well done to you, Parker Sage. I thought it had gone the other way, but I'm looking a bit more in detail now. He got higher scores for it. He got 7.02. He got 6.98, 6.88, all of different variation. I think they looked at the variation amongst his big scores. But
Stoked kiddo right there. Look at that. All his friends cheering him on, and he must be very relieved in order to not get kicked out. And yeah, sponsored by Reedin, riding the master model and being absolutely frothing on making it to round number 3.
Last trick, that was the one which done it for him. That one where we saw that lovely wide angle that you talked us through, Colin. And it's a great reminder. It can go down to the last trick. Congratulations, Parker Sage. Dino's going to be devastated.
Oh, that's a big loss. I think our first big name to have dropped in the 2025 King of the Air. Like you said, guys, part of your top 5 riders. So Stino, hard luck there, my man. But I have no doubt we're going to see Stino back here
again at the King of the Air. But again, a massive congrats there to Parker, seeing himself through to his first ever round 3 performance. So he'll be super stoked. He'll be going up against Jason van der Spey in round number 3.
The sun has set though, so what is our game plan for the next couple heats?
Well, we'll check it out. I think we'll keep you guys on standby as to what is happening next. But for now, we're just going to enjoy the celebrations
I'm
from
gonna
Parker.
keep talking about this heat to understand a bit more here, because I feel like I've done a disservice to Parker Sage. Stino didn't get a dirty loop in his top scores. Stino did not get a dirty loop over 6.5, and I think that is a big key thing here. A dirty loop being so different than a normal kite loop, and that is why I think that helped Parker Sage, who did less moves, but according to the results here, has done a bit more with variation. So
you could be a judge now, Lewis.
I could never be a judge. Why do you think I'm in here?
Oh, well, that's why we have the data in front of us. If you have the data in front of you, it's working like a charm. So again, thank you for all of you for joining us. So that was the end of heat number 9 on round 2. So that is it for the day, ladies and gentlemen. James, any quick last words?
Well, I think some massive standouts was definitely the performance of the women. Francesca Maney trying to defend her title, but unfortunately getting edged out and will have to fight her way back. Zara Hugenrath also getting edged out, and Lana Herman was absolutely impressive for her debut King of the Air heat.
Yeah, for me, I just think I loved how the day developed. We all had to be patient. It was a classic first day. And, you know, let's remind you here, we're only in the early heats, early rounds of this thing. So make sure you join us for the rest of the competition here.
So, yeah, it has been incredible. Again, gents, as always, to have you next to me. But you viewers from around the world, thank you so much for joining us as we sign off the day as the sun has set. And we will let you know. Please stay tuned on RedBullKingOfTheAir.com for the yellow light and the green light, the 24-hour notice for when we hope to be continuing with round number 2. But sit back, relax right now, and take a look at some of the highlights from today. And we hope to speak to you soon. Keep an eye on what's happening online. We'll be back.
Thanks, gents.
Bye.